All right. Welcome, everybody, to... I mean, it's probably not going to eclipse the bakery stream, but welcome to maybe the second most popular stream tier list video that I'm going to have on the... Oh, dropping frames already. That's not a good sign. But we're all right. No, we're dropping frames again. Oh, that's not good. No, please, not again. Not today. All right. Hey, everybody. Hello. Welcome on in. Come on in, everybody. Hang on a second. All right. Nami and Boa, clear. Call it a day. That's all you need right there. Yep. Well, we don't know. We got a lot of One Piece characters today, and they all bring various talents to the board, and we don't know exactly who's going to be on top. Nami and Robin and Boa are very clear favorites, but you just don't know about, like, who knows? Like, Smoker. Smoker might be really popular. You just don't know. I am dropping frames like crazy. I don't know. Is everything good for you guys, or how's it going right now? Because I might have to lower the bitrate a touch before we get started. It is the return of the lag. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That really is sketch there. Good. Everybody's saying it's good right now. Good, but the video's a bit laggy. Stream is fine. You know, that's weird, because, yeah, YouTube says it's fine, but my streaming software says otherwise. I'm going to lower the bitrate just cuz, but yeah. Okay, now it's starting to give me the warning signs. Now it's starting to give me some stuff. All right. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here comes all the warning labels going through. It's fine, but it's sort of got a lag. Yeah, that's not... Let's try to get rid of that. The stream is muted. Well, pretty sure people can hear me because they just responded to that, so... Okay. Well, at any rate, yeah, let's just see where this goes from here. Okay, so today we are going to be ranking the straw... Not the Straw Hats. I mean, the Straw Hats are being included, but today... Ah, come on. We can hear you. Yeah. Oh, man, it's doing it. Okay. I hesitate to just, like, it's the question of, do we just power through and hope it fixes itself, or do I stop everything to see if it can make it work better? Yeah. That's the question. Where is Carrot teching? Carrot's not on here. There's a bunch of... Oh, man, we are really dropping here. All right. I don't know. You're good on my end. Everybody's like, streaming's fine. It's lagging, but it's fine. I'm like, that's not good. I'm noticing. Oh, okay. I'm seeing how it's... Yeah, I'm seeing what it's doing here. It's like 240p. Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good stream. That's not great. No. Yeah. That's definitely not good. All right, let me try to... Okay. All right, we're back. Okay. Let's go. It seriously looks fine on my end. There cannot be a single lag. If there's even a scrap of a lag, then no, not good enough. All right. Check your all's Wi-Fi now. It was definitely on my end. It seems fine now. Yeah, it's actually, we're doing really good now. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm going. Okay, today we are going to be ranking One Piece characters based off of if they were social media influencers, all right? Now, as I was putting this list together, this is more or less just a random hodgepodge of One Piece characters, because whenever you do a tier list, it's like, you know, there's like 700 characters in One Piece, okay? So I just picked, you know, okay, got to do the Straw Hats, and the Yonko, and the Admirals, and the Warlords. I don't even think all the Warlords are on here. Some other miscellaneous characters, but these are the characters that we're using today for this tier list. Now, as I was constructing this, because I thought it was an interesting idea in the vein of the bakery video, I realized, though, that I am not a particularly versed person on all forms of social media. I know YouTube, barely, and that's, the platform I am on for the most part. Then there's Twitter. Then we have TikTok, which I do not have. I think somebody actually did start a TikTok with my name on it, but that is not me. And then there's Instagram, which I also do not use. So I'll maybe rely on you guys for that. But today we are going to be looking at all sorts of different social media, which character would be on a particular platform and how good they would be on that platform. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 8 tiers. Let's just start from the top to the bottom here to go over these really quick. We have number 1 on the platform. That's pretty much self-explanatory. This is like if Mr. Beast, for instance, who's the number 1 independent YouTuber on, YouTube. T-Series is a company, a brand account that has more than Mr. Beast. And obviously Mr. Beast has his own company as well, but, run independently from a big giant company. So we'll be number 1 on the platform. Now, there can be more than one person on the top spot just because, maybe, Nami is number 1 on Instagram, but I don't know, Luffy would be number 1 on TikTok or something. So you could have more than one person on the top of the tier, but we got to be really careful with that, though, because it's the highest tier. So, it shouldn't be filled with that many people by the end of this. You know what I mean? Then we have insane following. That's I'm going to compare a lot of this to YouTube just because that's what I'm, expertise in. So an insane following, I would say anything that's a YouTube channel that has more than 40, 50 million subscribers. I think Mr. Beast has over 240 million. So that would be number 1 on the entire site. But anybody that has over 50 million subscribers is that's an insane following. A massive following, I would say, is anything that's maybe over 1 million. Anything like that, million stuff, obviously higher than that, maybe 10 million, something like that is a massive following. Full-time influencer, that's somebody that has enough of a following that they can use that as their, full-time job. That's where they get their income from. I guess I would put myself in that category, in the full-time influencer category. Then we have part-time influencer, does make money off of their account, but doesn't make enough to, live off of themselves. So they might have to do some other stuff and are just part-time influencer. Then we have small following. I also wanted to put small or also niche following. Maybe not necessarily a small following just because they can't get followers, but maybe the thing that they talk about is so very specific. It's a very niche kind of thing. So in that regard, maybe a small following would be only maybe 8,000 followers or 8,000 subscribers, but has a lot of all those 8,000 subscribers pay attention to every video. It's a very, very, very specific kind of thing. Then we have no followers, which as if a character has, just nobody's watching them. You know what I mean? They make an account and either don't know how to really make it work, or I made an account but don't know how to put up videos, because that might be possible for some of these characters. And then finally, we have the banned forever tier, where not only do you not get, maybe you get a couple of followers or whatever, but the thing that you're discussing is the problem, and you get banned almost immediately, and you're banned forever, perma-ban, never to see the light of day again. This is such a creative idea, Tekking. I hope it does well. I don't know how well, because I'm looking at the bakery video, and the bakery video got almost 500,000 views. It's insane, and it's just a stupid video on which One Piece character. Okay, it's not stupid. That was a very important discussion. So I was all right, what other wacky tier list videos can we do? Which Straw Hat would be the I don't know. I have a bunch. I actually have a bunch of ideas for this, and this is just the one that I think might do the best. So we're leading with this one, okay? But anyway, we are now going to get started, and the first person I decided to kick this off with, before I think it was all alphabetical, I kind of jumbled them up to give us a little bit of diversity on who's going to be up next. So we're actually, I put Luffy at the start of the pack because he's the main character of the story. So how would Luffy go in terms of social media? All right. Now, here's the thing. Luffy's whole vibe, and Mihawk even brought this up, is that Luffy is really good at making friends and getting people to follow him. All right, even when he's not trying to get a grand fleet, he gets a grand fleet. All right, so Luffy, no matter what, is going to be really good at this. I think he brings that real Fred energy to it. Remember Fred from the early days of YouTube? You know, Luffy's going to be super wired, super hyper. I don't know if there's any modern day version of Fred, whoever that would be, whichever influencer that would be, but super high energy and just be like, hey, everybody, how you doing? I'm Luffy. Today I'm going to be punching this rock. Boom! Wow, that was cool, wasn't it? All right. Yeah. Brook is banned instantly. Why? Oh, because he's nude. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Absolutely. You know, I show speed, I guess. You know, Fred did show up on iCarly that one time. Yeah, Fred. Yeah, I remember those days. Fred was very, very popular. Maybe Luffy gets a guest spot on some Nickelodeon or Disney show at some point. I don't know. I could kind of see that, right? But yeah, in the case with Luffy, I'd say he would, without even really trying, he would be at least a full-time influencer. All right, I think Luffy would thrive in short form format. I don't think Luffy has the attention span to make a 20-minute YouTube video or something like that. So I think very short form TikTok-esque content is what he would thrive in, all right? And part of this is also going to be talking not just how well they would do, but what would they talk about? What kind of videos would Luffy make? I've been seeing a lot of the mukbang videos. Luffy's just going to eat a bunch of food. I think Luffy basically has ADHD, right? Okay, so every TikTok he makes would be some of him just eating food, and then others would, you ever watch Badlands Chugs? You know, who just drinks all of the soda. He could do stuff like that. And then in other videos, he would just be like, hey guys, I'm Monkey D. Luffy, and today we're gonna, punch this tree. And then Luffy punches a giant tree and knocks it down, you know? Luffy is the ADHD lord, right? But, yeah. Dude, I think he would do really well. I think maybe even massive following. Do you think Luffy could break 1 million? I think Luffy could break 1 million followers really easily. Maybe even 5 million, something like that. I think that is honestly right around where he would be. Okay? Yeah, Luffy is a master impressionist after all. Yeah. I would subscribe to Luffy. Oh, yeah, that's another question. Would you subscribe to this person? That's another thing. Try to put it beyond the idea that they're One Piece characters and, you would subscribe to all of them. Would you legitimately subscribe to Luffy? I think I would. I think if I was scrolling through my phone and if I did have TikTok, if I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw Luffy, eating a bunch of food or punching things or just running around crazy, I'd be like, yeah, all right, I'll watch this for 15 seconds. This guy's got my viewership for the next half a minute. Sure, why not? Right, yeah. I'd sub for the memes alone, absolutely. Okay. Next up, we have, and by the way, Luffy, another reason I put him on here first is because the first person that goes up is always the one that's because you put him on there, and it's oh, well, now that we're getting established after we're 10 characters deep, and the ratings are kind of now firmly established, they might move around a bit. So I put Luffy up there because he's really popular, right? So next up, we have Trafalgar D. Waterlaw. Now, his stuff, I think, I don't remember everybody's name that I'm going to be referencing today, but there is a doctor that I do watch on, he makes some YouTube videos where he reacts to various, medical shows, like Grey's Anatomy and House and anything in, movies and stuff. And he seems like a really likable guy. And I watch some of his stuff when he ever comes out with it. And I think Law would kind of fit in that role very well. Law is a doctor. He's a professional surgeon after all. Dr. Mike. Yeah, I think it's probably Dr. Mike. Yeah, Dr. Mike. Yeah. So Here's the thing. So Law would make videos about like reacting to various like injuries. Like I could see Law reacting to like a skate fail video where somebody falls off their skateboard and compound fractures their knee. And then Law's there like, oh, okay. Yeah. So what you got right there is your compound fracture. I'm not a doctor. Your ligaments and your ACLs and whatnot, that's all gone. That's broken. That's torn. His knee is now tearing in the different direction there. But also the thing is, you got to understand about Law. And hey, listen, we live in a world where like sex sells. You know what I mean? The more attractive you are on social media, that's going to boost your numbers. And I have to say, Law is very hot. Okay, Law is quite of an attractive man. So I think there would be a bunch of people in the comments that are like, oh man, I wish he was my doctor. You know what I mean? Like that would be a good chunk of it. Like you go for the reaction, but you stay because wow, that doctor is one hot guy. You know what I mean? Like that's also going to be a factor, and we need to include that in here. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Law would be the best doctor streamer. Okay, so if we're not factoring appearance into this, which like that's just a thing. Like appearance has to be factored in because it is social media after all. You know, if like appearance was a zero factor, like if you never saw his face and he was just like using like AI or not AI, but like VTubers, like if he was a VTuber and that was it, right? Maybe part-time influencer. But I think with that, the full-time influencer category is, I think, at least that much for Law. You would not sub to Law. Nobody, you would not sub to him. Wow. 70% of his audience are women. I mean, maybe, yeah. Live streaming his surgeries? Is that a thing? Is live streaming surgeries a thing on a platform? I have no idea. I've never seen that. I feel like that would be like live streaming a surgery and talking over the surgery might be a little bit detrimental. Like maybe just a camera set up in the operating room. But no, that would be it depends on the surgery. It would depend on the surgery. Yeah, somebody once did that. Yeah, exactly. Somebody did that once, and maybe it doesn't fly. I don't think, I think for a various number of reasons. I mean, if it's a minor surgery and it's like not a lot of like gore and blood, maybe, like those pimple popping videos. I mean, I guess that's a form of surgery. Not really, but you know what I mean? Those are all over the place. Yeah. So who's next, though? I'll put Law as a full-time influencer. I think he would do quite well. Okay, now we get to one of the first big ones here. We have Boa Hancock, the Empress of the Kuja, the Pirate Empress herself, the user of the Love No Me, of the Love Fruit. I mean, yeah. A lot of people are already saying it. A lot of people are saying it. Okay, all right. Well, let's start with some questions here. Which streaming platform, not streaming necessarily, but what social media platform would Boa be the best at? Before you say it, because I know people are going to say it, we're not talking about OnlyDans today, all right? That's the one, because, and we can't even say the name. I have to say OnlyDans, which, of course, is a site where people named Daniel will meet and mingle. There's OnlyHams, which coincidentally is not really a website that focuses on like pork, but it's a website that focuses on those steamed ham memes from The Simpsons. So yeah, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. But we got TikTok. A lot of TikToks on here. I don't know. I just think of Boa as an Instagram star for some reason. I just immediately think of Instagram when I think of Boa. Yeah, I think Instagram. Okay, so she would be number one. Would she just be an Instagram model, or would she do something on the platform, or would her popularity just purely come from like modeling and like different outfits and things, or would she actually have like a gimmick, like something she actually does on the platform? Right? She's a model. Just everybody's just like, yeah, no, she's a model. Teching, you don't understand. whatever she did on Instagram, doesn't matter what it is, she would be number one. Yeah, both model, or a dancer. Yeah, I could see that, definitely. But I think pretty much whatever Boa did, like, even if she just had or if she's just, like, talking down to people, that would also make her number one. Like, she could literally do anything. Yeah, I'd follow. Yeah, okay, who would follow Boa Hancock on Instagram? I could see Boa Hancock dancing. I think she has some dance moves. Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody, me. Boa Swift. So she would be the Taylor Swift of the world. Okay, well, that's cemented it for me. So Boa, as of right now, would be number one on Instagram. That's a thing. So let's say she has the Instagram locked down. All right. I think she's who's the most popular? I think it's Selena Gomez, right? I think is the most popular woman on Instagram. Because I did check on I did run through some statistics on like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and everything, like who are the most popular ones. I think it's Selena Gomez. It's either her or one of the Kardashians. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's Selena. Okay, so Boa Hancock, there you go, is Selena. Okay. Boa is greater than Taylor Swift. Oh, you gotta be careful. So certain people hear you say that. Okay. Not the Kardashians? I don't know. I don't really follow the Kardashians, or, I like I said, I don't have an Instagram. Okay. So Kizaru's up next. All right, Kizaru. You know what's interesting? Maybe I should throw all the admirals together, because Oda did say in one of the last SBSs, I think it was the last one, that the admirals would all be running a podcast. And I love that idea. I love the idea of the 5 admirals getting together and having a podcast. They would all have, because the example I gave was, let's say, like, they have a call-in show where a distraught mother calls the Admiral podcast, right? The Justice podcast, or various Justice podcast. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. What's a good name for an Admiral podcast? All right, I don't know. But like a mother calls the podcast and be like, my teenage son is smoking weed. I don't know what to do. Oh, please help me. I'm just a mother in Heartland, America. I don't know what to do. And then, like, all the different admirals would have, like, a different perspective on that. Like, Kizaru would be 100% down with it and just be like, oh, you maybe talk to him about it and the risks involved, but, he's going to do what he does. I think Aokiji would be more about the, it's like, well, maybe, he shouldn't be smoking weed because, there are some effects that happen if your brain isn't fully developed, stuff like that. But then you would get to, like, a Kainu who would just, like, adamantly be like, he needs to be punished. And then you would get to Green Bull, who would be, like, even further with it, like, you should turn him into the police, or something like that. Like, yeah. Divided Justice. That is an awesome name for a podcast. Divided Justice. Yes. I don't know how Fujitora would respond. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah. Kizaru would go spark with, that guy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, cuff him now. Like, that would be Green Bull, basically, because Green Bull would be just trying to impress Akainu the entire time on the podcast. Like, Green Bull would be sitting right next to Akainu, constantly trying to, get Akainu's praise. Like, that would be the idea, yeah. I think Fujitora would take a hit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fujitora smokes a little something every now and then. Probably not as much as Kizaru. But I love Divided Justice as a podcast title. That is really good. But where would it be on the chart? Okay, so let's say you have the admirals together on Divided Justice. I feel like if they are going with the podcast idea, because that is canon. Oda did say that. It's as canon can be, I guess. It's on an SBS, for God's sake. So maybe all of the admirals just go on the same tier. Maybe. This is tough. All right. So they would definitely be larger than a small following. I'm honestly thinking about putting them in full-time or massive. It depends how popular the podcast is. Would they be like the Joe Rogan of podcasts? You know what I mean? I think if you get all 5 admirals together and their varying personalities in a single setting, I think they would do very well. Yeah. Wow, full time. Well, I think people are down. Okay, well, here's the thing. They are kind of all boomers too. That's the thing. They're all relatively old dudes. So maybe that does dock them some points because they're not really that in touch. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, who would listen to them as their main audience? You know, if all of the admirals got together, these dudes that are like Kizaru and Akainu and Fujitora, I think are all in their 50s. Green Bull and Aokiji, I think, are in their 40s. I think the youngest is Green Bull, and I think he's in his early 40s. I don't think he's in his 30s. So, veterans, small following. Yeah, that's the thing. Joe Rogan is old, but he's still crazy popular. Joe Rogan is not that old, right? I don't know how old Joe Rogan is. Tell me, is Joe Rogan in his mid-50s? I thought that dude was like in his early 40s. I didn't think Joe Rogan was that old. Then again, I did grow up with him on Fear Factor. But he was like young when he did Fear Factor. I think he was like in his 20s when he did Fear Factor. He's like 50. He's 56. He's 56. Wow, Joe Rogan looks good for 56. I would have thought he was probably like in his late 40s. That's a little older than I thought Joe Rogan would be. That is true. Joe Rogan, well, Joe Rogan is an older guy, but he also has guests. Imagine 5 Joe Rogans and only 5 Joe Rogans as the podcast. You know, like that's the setting. That's like a round table of 5 Joe Rogans that are split. Joe Rogan is like Vegapunk and divides his personality into 5 bodies, and then that's the podcast. Yeah. Why would you make me imagine that? I think I'll put Kizaru down as part-time influencer. I'll put him down that way. We'll see where that goes. I don't know. I feel like I should rank all of the admirals separately, because then otherwise we could just put all 5 of them right now in the same category. But like individually, how well would they do? In that case, I feel like Kizaru would have a channel where he mostly just smokes weed and talks about weed culture and stuff like that. You know, like here's how to roll this tulip or something like that would be Kizaru. Okay. Yeah, he's like a Facebook dad type. I think he would do a little bit better. Like a small following, niche following. I think enough people smoke that it would be larger than a niche following in that regard. Yeah, he's not tech savvy at all. He gets Sentomaru to help him out with the stream. He has at least 420 subs. Yeah. Okay, who's next? Aokiji. All right. So Aokiji, would he make ice sculptures? Would that be his thing? We can imagine that, like, maybe the admirals all get together to do their podcast once a week, but then they have separate channels that they do their own thing on. You know, maybe something along that line. You know, like the Trash Taste podcast. You know, you got Joey and Garnt and Connor that all do the Trash Taste podcast, but they all have their individual channels. They all do their own things, right? Yeah. So, Aokiji. Aokiji takes fan requests for ice sculptures. Yeah. Travel vlogs. That's right. Oh, he travels around. Oh, he has something very valuable too. He has a pet penguin. He has a giant penguin named Camel that he travels around with. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Aokiji's pretty cool. Cool ones. Maybe, yeah, cool ones. Cycling live streams. Yeah. He just travel vlog, and there's a YouTube channel I did start following a couple of months ago called the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel, where Luke, this guy, he has a family, but I mostly watch the videos where he's like solo camping out in like Alaska. And that's some really interesting content of him, like, just exploring the Alaskan wilderness and stuff like that. That could be Aokiji. That could definitely be Aokiji, like traveling through Antarctica or the Himalayas and Himalaya mountains and just building like igloos and like living in there with his giant penguin. You know, that would be cool. He makes chill travel videos. Yeah. I think in that regard, because the outdoor channels I watch are pretty popular. Like Luke's channel has like, I don't know how many subscribers, but like if you would have told me it has over 10 million, I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm thinking of either putting him full-time or massive. I think Aokiji, if he has a travel channel, I think that would do really well. Yeah. No, he would not have a small following. I think you are underestimating Aokiji. That would be a really good channel. You know? Dude can make ice sculptures out of anything. He could be like, what do you want me to make an ice sculpture out of this week? And be like a mermaid. And he'd be like, okay. And then he does it, you know? Okay. Yeah. One above Kizaru. All right, we could do full-time influencer. I think he would definitely make enough to live off of. All right, okay. There is no way I am putting Brooke, because if you think about what Brooke does, Brooke is proficient in every single instrument. I mean, some to the point of like master level of every single instrument. Brooke is a skeleton man that jams out constantly. All right? Give him a guitar. He's going to shred that shit. Give him a flute. He's going to shred that shit. Give him a sousaphone. He's going to shred that shit. You know what I mean? Like, he is literally number one on Spotify. Like, dude, there is no way I am putting Brooke any lower than insane following. He would be the only undead musician on the planet. He'd be the only one. He's a rock and roll skeleton, for God's sake. Come on, man. Insane following at the bare minimal. All right? Oh, my God. People are saying number one on Spotify. I mean, dude, if it was like he was just a really good musician, like if Brooke was still like alive and he was just a really good musician, I would put him at like full-time or maybe massive. But the fact he's a skeleton, like, dude, Brooke is probably one of those creators. You could go anywhere in the world and you can mention this guy. Like, oh, who do you follow on Spotify? Oh, it's like, you know, oh, I follow Brooke, the Soul King. Oh, the skeleton dude? I love that guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's a skeleton. Yeah, like, I know. Like, everybody on the planet would know about him. All right? Oh, man. Yeah, he'd be banned everywhere because he's a walking TOS violation. I mean, he is naked, but also the panty thing. Yeah. But damn, he could sing a good song. I don't know. Number one on LimeWire. Oh, man. Oh, dude, he could also have like a master class. You know what I mean? He's just like, dude, would you sign up for Brooke to teach you how to play the piano? Because I'm trying to learn how to play the piano. I would sign up for Brooke's masterclass on that one in a heartbeat. Yeah. Yeah, he's already popular in the One Piece world as well. He's already, like, the biggest music star in the One Piece world. Yeah. I think he would do number one. I think he would be number one next to Boa. So if Boa's number one on Instagram, we can have Brooke number one on Spotify. What's that thumbnail for? The thumbnail is pretty self-explanatory, I think. He only played 2 concerts. No, he played more than 2 concerts. He played a bunch of concerts. The Sabaody was the end of a tour. He did a global tour that ended at Sabaody. That was the end. That was the end of the concert. That was the end of the tour he did. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think Brooke, the fact that he's a musician and a skeleton, I think puts it over the edge there. All right. Next up, we have Buggy, the clown. Buggy D Clown. All right, Buggy. So, Buggy, I think Buggy, going along with everything that's happened to him, is that he would start a channel that gets popular for a reason that he doesn't even understand why. And, like, he starts a channel, and for a while there, he's at, like, a small following. But then, like, overnight, it goes viral and just explodes, and all of a sudden he has a massive following, you know? Buggy fails his way to number one or insane. I mean, like, dude, there's precedence for this. This has happened before. There are plenty of influencers. There are plenty of people on social media that, you know, start a channel that's super small for a while, and then I'll go back and check on it like a year later, and it's like 10 million subscribers in like a year, and it's like, holy crap, how did that happen? You know what I mean? And that doesn't just happen. I mean, like, it might be just on the merit of the individual, but like there's a tremendous, like the moons, like when PewDiePie got really popular, there was like a bunch of things that had to align to get PewDiePie as popular as he did, like where he was living in the world and the kind of content he was making and, you know, the language the videos were in, and like all that kind of stuff kind of breaks down exactly how PewDiePie got as popular as he did at that exact moment in time. He was making content that like perfectly like lined up with the algorithm, and it just went insane and it just popped off like absurd. So I think Buggy would make content that like, he would accidentally make content that the algorithm would just love. And it would, like, not even intentional. He would just be making content that the algorithm would just push out like crazy. And then he would go from like 1,000 subscribers to 100K in a month. And then in another 6 months, he'd be at 1 million. And then after a whole year, he would be like 5 million. And it just keeps going up from there. You know what I mean? Yeah. On the, oh, you know what? That's a good point. I should change that to a platform. Number one on a platform. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's good. That's good. The Krusty the Clown Show. Yep. We need more ideas like this in the world. Don't worry. I have a few more of them. Yeah, we'll see how this stream goes, and we have a few more of them after that. Okay. So I think Buggy up there with Luffy is actually fair. Neither Luffy and Buggy would become super popular on purpose, but I think that fits their personalities really well. Okay. Kuma would make the most wholesome content. Like there's a channel. It's like I said, there's a lot of people that I'm going to be referencing today. It's a channel. I think it's a YouTube channel about a guy that I guess he never had a dad growing up, so he had to teach himself a lot of stuff on like how to like, you know, like how to like do like home repair and things. And he makes a YouTube channel where it's like anybody else that like maybe grew up without a dad teaches them how to do things. Like, you know, this is how to I don't even know the example here. I don't know. Here's how to do some plumbing work. Here's how to do some electrical work. Here's how to fix a table. Here's how to change the oil in your car. Here's how to here's how to change your tire. You know, like stuff that, you know, like a dad should teach their sons or whatever. And like, you know, he has a channel where, yeah, hey dad, how do I? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So how to fix a car. Yeah, like that kind of stuff, right? So I think his channel would be very, very wholesome, and people would just love it, you know. Dad, how do I? Yeah. He would also be very religious, so maybe he has a side channel where he talks about religion a bit and has like a religious studies kind of channel. I think he would be on YouTube. I think Kuma's content would work perfect for YouTube. You know, it's like, hello, everybody. My name is Bartholomew Kuma, and today I'm going to show all of you how to change your oil in a car. So what you do, you know, yeah. I think full-time, I think Kuma's content would just be so wholesome. It would make him, like, he would be a full-time influencer. Yeah. Really wholesome, small channel. See, I don't know. I haven't really encountered anybody yet that I would see as like no followers or nobody would watch them, right? Oh my God, he's Mr. Rogers. Yeah, he would be like Mr. Rogers. And I think if Mr. Rogers was like making content on the internet now, like if Mr. Rogers was born later in life and instead of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, he had a YouTube channel, in his older age, I think he would do pretty damn well. Yeah. So, now, okay, we finally arrived at this one. Here we are. Nami. All right. So, Nami, here's the thing. She loves money, right? Like, she really loves money. So you're right. Nami would be taking every sponsorship under the sun. Nami's, I don't think it would be a YouTube channel, although maybe. Oh, maybe she would be a Twitch streamer. I can kind of see Nami as a Twitch streamer. I'm not lying. In fact, I think that's because I saw some fan art once of her being a Twitch streamer. I think somebody did some fan art of Nami being a Twitch streamer and playing a video game, and then Chopper was in the background as her cat, and then Chopper as the cat knocked down something and Nami bent over to pick it up, and you just see her butt, and then the likes just go through the fucking roof. You know? She's a bathtub Twitch streamer. Is that a thing? I guess it is. I knew Spooky did a bathtub stream once, so if Spooky's done it, I guess it is a thing. Yeah. Okay. All right. So she would maybe be on Twitch. She would have every single sponsorship under the sun, though. She would be wearing a bikini. She would be wearing like a G Fuel bikini, for God's sake, right? Like, she would be doing as much as possible to generate as much money, as much ad revenue and sponsorship revenue as she possibly could. All right? Yeah. So, yes, she would definitely have an OnlyPans, where she sells various pans and cookware. Absolutely, yes. OnlyPans, yes. Yeah. So, number one. I don't know. Okay, here's the thing, though. Would the excessive amount of sponsorships would that be ultimately a detriment for her? You know, would that ultimately be a thing where there's people that watch her just because, yeah, she's hot and she's in a hot tub and everything like that? Or would that ultimately would that alienate some people and just be like, man, she shills like every 5 seconds. She's like shilling something or something, you know? Yeah, nope. Horny Rose. Oh my God. Would she be like Belle Delphine and like sell her like bathwater? Like, it would be money. That would be the thing, though. Like, that's what Nami's thing is. That's what she does, you know? Like, yeah. Oh. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, she would do it for the money, though. Yeah. But anyway, Nami has no issue using men for money. That is true. That is true. Her one thing that she doesn't cross when it comes to making money is that she will not sell out her friends. Okay? So she would never attempt to, like, you know, try to sell out like Luffy for his bounty or something like that. Like, that is the one line that Nami absolutely will not cross. Like, she cares about her friends above all else, even more than money. But in our modern world, with social media and streaming being a thing, I think she would just go crazy with it, right? And she would make as much money as possible, and that would be her thing. Yeah. What did she mean? She did that in Water 7. Okay, so that is a line that she will cross. Oh, man. She's not Mr. Krabs. No. Nami's not as bad as Mr. Krabs, all right? She's not like, you know, selling Luffy out for 62 cents. Like, that's not Nami, right? Right, yeah. I'm going to leave her at insane following right now because it would be an insane following. Yeah. Her scruples, though, I don't know if she would have many, you know? Yeah. Put her back on number one right now. I'm like, okay, Okay, fine. So we have Boa as number 1 on Instagram, doing like modeling, maybe fashion content. Then we have Brooke with his, rock and roll skills, master classes, and various jam sessions. And then we have Nami as a Twitch bathtub streamer. Okay, sure. There it is. Okay. There we are. I'm sensing a pattern here. It's like, yeah. Okay, Nami is number 1 in brand partnerships. That one I can see. Yeah, that she would say. Okay, would or would not Nami, like if Nami was advertising, like if G Fuel sponsored Nami, would G Fuel stocks not go significantly up just from her sponsorship alone? I kind of feel like they would, you know? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. See, that's the thing, though. But the Twitch bathtub streamers are never close to number 1. See, that's the thing, which I think there's a little bit of a hindrance there. I think if she like sold out completely, I think there would be a little bit of a like that would serve as a small detriment. I think it would. Yeah. 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 I'm It's giving me pause. It's what it's giving me. All right. I'm conflicted right now. Yeah. Oh, let's do a poll. That's why I have the polls. All right. We'll do a poll. All right. Start a poll. Okay. We'll do a poll. All right. This is such a weird question, but should Nami be number 1 on Twitch? Yeah, I'll put yes, number 1. And I'll just put like no, but an insane following. I'll put Isane following, an Isane Kotetsu following, but an insane following. Okay. All right, let's do this. So now it's up to you to decide. Do. Where will Nami go? You know what? The no but an insane following is actually winning. I'll keep it up for where are we at right now? I'll keep it up for like another minute or so before we move on. Yeah. What a lovely voice. Well, thank you. She would sell out to Kick. Did you read the super chats? Yeah, I mean, like, this is I have to get through a lot of things today. This is gonna be a long stream just from what we know of, but I can sift through the super chats here. Tekking's mentioning G Fuel a lot. All right, well, I mean, Briggs, is sponsored by them, so I gotta mention it too. It's just that's how that works. Briggs is a buddy of mine. Yes. Give it like about almost there actually, like 10 more seconds. I think we're getting there. Okay, you know what? I'm actually proud of you guys today. I'm actually a little proud of you today. Nami, 51%. 51%! That's what I mean. It's very close, but I think if Nami sells out completely, I think she's not going to be number 1. Because number 1 on Twitch is not like a bathtub streamer, all right? They're very popular, but I think that would keep her at just the insane following, okay? All right. That's 99. The polls have been doing that as of late, where every time I end a poll, it always ends out at 99%. That happened the last few times I've done one too. So I don't know. That's a YouTube thing. But anyway, we got to move on. So who's next? Charlotte Katakuri. Okay. This is the first one where I think a small following, niche following might be warranted. Not necessarily small, like nobody likes him, like he only has 10 followers or whatever. But it's a very niche channel that focuses on donuts. Donuts and only donuts. It's making gourmet donuts, but that's the only thing he does. You know, I'm thinking either small following or part-time influencer. One of the two. Very niche following where he just makes donuts and reviews donuts. That's the two things he does. He makes donuts, he reviews donuts. That's it. That's all he does. His family follows him. All right, so he already has 86 followers. I guess 87 if you include Big Mom, because the 86 other children and then Big Mom. So 87 followers already guaranteed for Katakuri. Okay, there it is. Oh, he would never show his face. That's right. He would always have his face covered up. Yeah, or at least yeah. Oh, man, how would he do that then? How would he do that? Would he do it like Marshmallow? Would he have like just a helmet that he like he has like a cylindrical helmet where he just takes the donut and just puts it under the helmet and just, that was a really good donut. You know, he wouldn't show his face. Yeah. The hand POV only. You only see the hand and you hear him eating the donut in the background. So this is it. The video starts and there's like, let's say a Boston cream donut. That's all you see on the screen. It's just a Boston cream donut in 4K Ultra HD. He got a really high quality camera pointed right at the donut. And then you just see Katakuri's hands, like, talking about the donut and the history of the Boston cream donut and how it came to be and what the cream is made out of and how to make the dough and everything. And then he just picks up the Boston cream and then it goes off camera and then you just hear him eating it like, oh. And then he sets down the half-eaten donut with some crumbs, and then he talks about it. That is the definition of a very niche following. That is the definition of that. Yeah. That sounds weirdly sensual. Yeah, I think it would be good, but it wouldn't be for everybody. Yeah. It would 100% be that. What's his rating system? His rating system would be donuts. 10 out of 10 donuts or jelly beans. His rating system would be jelly beans because he uses jelly beans to like fire like bullets. It'd be like 6 out of 10 jelly beans. Yeah, that would be it. Yeah. He would do mochi content on the side. I think maybe he would have like a Twitter. And every now and then, or Instagram, and every now and then he would post, like not videos, but he would do just pictures of his mochi art, maybe every now and then. No social media as a principle should be an option. You know what? You're not wrong. That is actually not a bad idea, you know? Because maybe there are some characters here just by, like, because that is true. That is true, because maybe just their personality, you know, I think I will add that in. I will add that in. Oh, add a row below. All right, hold on a minute. Let me move this down. I will add that in. I'll just put no social media. No social media on principle. That's the idea. That you can barely see. What's a color on here I haven't used yet? Let me do. Oh, I'll change the. I'll do this. There we go. I'll do this. I'll ban forever's gray, and then no social media is down here is like white. Okay. Who's up next though? We have Crocodile. Oh, wait a minute. Because I did that, let me hold on a minute. Oh no, I think it's still good. Yeah, you can still see it on the screen. It's fine. All right, Crocodile. Crocodile. Who? He would be, let me think here about Crocodile's personality here. Okay, he smokes fine cigars. He gambles. He has fine jackets and coats. Yeah, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, gambling, politics, how to start a business, band, scammer. He's a scammer. I'm seeing a lot of people saying he would be like Andrew Tate. I'm going to give Crocodile some credit and say he won't be like Andrew Tate, but I could see a little bit of that. Yeah, I could see a little bit of that there. He's Andrew Tate. Either way, I think eventually Band is probably where the wind is blowing on this one. Yeah, sorry, Crocodile. Crocodile would get... He would be at a table smoking a big cigar with some whiskey. Some high-quality whiskey. And he would just devolve into, like, politics. You know what I mean? What? Oh, God, he had... Oh, no. Guys, you do know, guys... What was the name of the operation that he was trying to fulfill in Alabasta? One Piece trivia time. One Piece trivia time. What is the name of the operation that he wanted to fulfill? What he called, like obtaining Pluton was the point of that. Utopia. That's right. So let me tell you this. Crocodile sits down on a fancy like mahogany desk with a big cigar with some whiskey next to him, talking about how his project Utopia is going. Yeah, I think Band is good for Crocodile. Yikes. Like, oh, yeah, no. Yeah, anybody's like, this guy is talking about Operation Utopia. Like, oh, yeah, no, that sounds a little sus. That sounds a little intense. We should probably look into this guy. You know, yeah. No, I don't think he would be like Alex Jones. I think he has a little bit more, like, Alex Jones goes insane sometimes with his, like, shouting and stuff. That's not Crocodile. But, yeah, I think eventually he would get banned for one reason or another. Okay, Perona is up next. Okay, Perona and her fashion channel would do a cosplay. She would have a cosplay channel, 100%. She would have a cosplay channel. She would make all of her own hats and her dresses and her parasols and everything like that. She would go to anime conventions. She would be like, she would be very popular. Definitely full-time influencer for Perona, absolutely. Maybe even massive following for her. She would be extremely popular, I think. Yeah, I think massive following would be really good. Yeah, she would have, yeah. She would also read creepypastas on the side. I love that idea. I love the idea of her doing a cosplay channel where it shows you, like, this is how to make this dress with the frills and everything like that. But she would also do, like she would do very high quality, like, photo shoots. So she would be a cosplay model. She would be like Jessica Negri. Is just the first one that comes to my mind. Okay, there's that. You know, she would be like that. And she'd be like Jessica, and she would also do maybe creepypastas, like on a side channel. She would read creepypastas on the side. Yeah. Yeah, she would have the most insane simps. I mean, like, yeah, because, you know, she's a cosplay YouTuber that goes to, like, does fancy, like, photo shoots and everything like that. Yeah. I don't know, insane following. I think massive is good for Perona right here. Yeah. Unboxing content, maybe. Yeah. She's a goth girl, too. That would increase her following. I think massive following is pretty good here. Yeah. Other than, however, I would say this. In the regards of Luffy and Crocodile, Luffy and Buggy, who kind of, like, just hopped on camera and without really trying, they ended up with a massive following. I think Perona would be the first one on the massive following list that actually got there for her own merit. Like, she actually does have skills in making costumes and building cosplays and how to, like, set up a photo shoot and everything like that. And she does have her talents that she honed for this, right? Like, because there's a lot that goes into this, you know. When I was visiting, when we were at Anime Expo in LA a couple years back in 2022, me and the One Piece D&D guys, we all went over to Roger Base's apartment. So we got to meet, Roger and Reagan and also their little dog, Obi, and that was really fun. I met Shofu there for the first time, too. Really cool dude. Anyway, so we were all there, and then Reagan was showing me her, like, room where all of, like, her cosplay stuff was, all of her equipment and everything. Like, there's a lot that goes into this, really. And so she would be in that vein. Yeah. Okay. So next up, we have Sabo. What the hell would Sabo do? Like, what would Sabo make? Sabo's banned. He's a revolutionary. Oh my god. So wait a minute. Would Sabo he would make content about, like, I don't know, like, what's a hobby that Sabo has? What's Sabo's hobby? Does he have a hobby? Yeah. I think he would, wait a minute, hold up. Let me pull this up on the wiki really quick, because, like, sometimes Oda will reveal, like, what a character does in their free time. Let me just look up Sabo on the wiki here. Like, look under trivia. Let's see here. Okay. Sabo. I know his favorite food is, I think it's rice ball. No, it's not rice balls. It's hold on. Okay, here we go. Sabo's trivia. He was born March 20th. He is, his favorite food is ramen. Sorry. Let's see. Sabo shares some similarities to the Straw Hat Pirates cook Sanji. Both of them were born into nobility. Yeah, we already know that. Anything about his hobby, though? He's based off of Oliver Twist because of the hat. Yeah, I don't think it was ever revealed, like, what his hobbies were. Yeah. I think, Sabo, I don't know. He might be... Would he have no followers? Would Sabo just have no followers? Would Sabo make a channel where he gets on there and he starts talking about stuff, but it just never goes anywhere? You know what I mean? He gets on the camera and he maybe has, like, nobody following him, or like Dragon follows his channel and that's it. Like, no followers also, I think, precludes, like, only like 1 or 2 followers. Like so basically none. Yeah. He's shadow banned. That actually is very fitting. Sabo is shadow banned. Oh, maybe he's the first one that by principle doesn't agree with social media. But no, because the idea of the revolutionaries are the people. So he would want to speak to the people directly. So I think Sabo would be in favor of social media. I think Sabo would probably view social media as the only way to get their voices out there. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think he would not have I think he would have a social media. It just depends on how popular he would get. Like, you know. He would do volunteering work. Yeah. I think I'm going to put him at no followers right now. I think he would have a channel that just wouldn't take off. Maybe it'll eventually get up to here. But, like, yeah. He's no Bello Betty, I'll tell you what. You're like, okay. Okay. Who's next? Caesar Clown. All right, Caesar, yeah, I think Caesar's gonna get banned, guys. I think Caesar would make a video. Oh my god, I can only imagine the kind of shit that he would put out. Oh my god. Caesar's definitely banned 100%. He would make videos on how to make, like, explosives or something. Like, he would make videos, you know, oh god, on so many different scientific experiment, like human experimentation and shit. Like, he would get banned immediately. Yeah, he would, no. Here's what he would do. He would make a channel called Caesar Clown, and then he would get banned immediately, and then he would make another account called Gangster Gastino. And then that one would eventually get banned, and then he would just keep making accounts, but he would be banned forever. Like, that would be him. Yeah, maybe he would have a place on the dark web in the worst way. You know, I mean, if you're already on the dark web, that's kind of, you know, you are the worst possible person because you're making stuff on the dark web. But yeah. He would have multiple banned accounts. He would always try to make a new account on every platform. He would get banned from Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Even the ones that are a little bit more loose with their TOS, he would still get banned because he would explicitly try to harm people. It's like when he made like when we did the bakery, and he'd be making some weird messed up bakery for, like, knocking people out to perform human experimentation on them. It would be that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to move on from here, you know. Yeah. Okay, Mihawk. All right, now Mihawk is the first one on here. Maybe no social media. Mihawk might just be like, nah, you guys have fun with that shit. That's not for me. I'm off the grid. As my dad says, because my dad does not have any social media. I just bought my dad a laptop for Christmas. Because my dad, he retired now, and he's always talking about, like, you know, I'm trying to get on my banking on my phone, and I had to call to pay my electric bill. And I'm like, Dad, it's time you got a computer. It's time you got a laptop. So I got him a laptop, and I was showing him how to use it a little bit, and he's learning how to use a laptop. But my dad has like no social media, and as my dad says, he's like, I'm off the grid. You know, that's my dad. So I think Mihawk wouldn't have social media. I just don't I don't see him doing it. Do you see Mihawk like making a post, like, you know, tweeting about what he did today or something? Like, I just don't think he gives a shit. Yeah. Perona would be his... Okay, that's an interesting one. Perona and Mihawk get together. Perona's making her cosplay. She has a whole room in the castle where she's just doing her cosplay stuff, and she uses, like, Mihawk as a male model for, like, some of her cosplay, but he himself does not have an account. All right, so maybe Mihawk will show up in Perona's content every now and then, but as like a model or something, or like in photo shoots or something, he'll be there for that just to support her. Because I ship Mihawk and Perona very much. And so, yeah. Mihawk's only post is at Sabaody. Any good swordsman around here to come fight me? Oh, yeah. A victim of Perona's pranks. Perona's pranks would be a good channel, like a side channel for her. Yeah. I feel like that puts Perona higher, though, in that regard. Maybe it does. Any swordsman near you? A lot of people are mentioning, you know, I've noticed from this, I am really out of touch with a lot of social media. So many names have been mentioned while I've been streaming, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. No social media for Mihawk. Why? Because I just don't think he cares. I don't think he cares enough to have a social media. You know? He barely cares enough to have a phone. Like, Perona had to push him into getting a phone, for God's sake. You know what I mean? Like, that's how little Mihawk gives a shit. Yeah. Okay, who's next? Weevil. Oh, Weevil, buddy. I think Weevil would try his absolute best. I just don't think he would get anywhere, though. I think Weevil would make an account, he would make a channel, he would put out some video content, and it wouldn't go anywhere. I just think he would try for a few months and then get dejected and then go and then like, oh, I guess that didn't work out, mama. And then, you know, Miss Bucking would be like, it's okay, dear. You know, like something like that. Yeah. His mom would be running it. Yeah, his mom would be running the channel. Oh no, what if it's one of those like exploitative things where like, you know, like Weevil's mom is like making the videos and like exploiting her son, and then like eventually the whole thing just gets banned. Like that messed up story a few years ago where that mom had a bunch of adopted kids and they were making those YouTube videos, like those holiday videos and those sketches, and then it turned out that like she was like abusing these kids. Like she was like locking them in closets. Like it's like, hey kids, time to film a YouTube video, and if they didn't want to do a YouTube video or if they didn't like get their lines right, she would make them take like cold baths in like ice water, or like take like just not feed them dinner that night. Like, oh, that was the whole reason that split happened between YouTube kids. Like that was the whole reason that kind of happened. That's so sad though. Like, oh man. Oh. Yeah. But that's the messed up thing. That's what she's doing in the story, though. Miss Bucking is literally like in a way abusing and exploiting Weevil, because Weevil does not really have the brain capacity to he'll just do whatever Miss Bucking says, and that is straight up abuse. Yeah. Like, Weevil on his own, I think, would really be an ally to, like, Luffy and the Straw Hats. Like, absolutely. Like, Luffy is Ace's brother, who is a member of the Whitebeard Pirates. Like, if it wasn't for Miss Bucking, I think that Weevil on his own would be a really good ally. He does not want to, I think, like, be a bad person. Yeah. Now I feel bad for him. Yeah, I do too. Yeah. But I'll put it as low for right now. But that was a sad one. That was a sad story. But yeah, I mean, like, in the story, he is being manipulated, and I think the best thing that could happen is him now being, like, separated from his mom, and then maybe some of the former Whitebeard pirates, like, save him from Impel Down or Green Bull, and then Weevil teams up with, like, Jozu or Vista, and, you know, he goes around and maybe he helps the Straw Hats out in the final war or something like that, like, out of the manipulation of his mom. Like, I think that would probably be the best. Yeah. Okay, who's up next? Robin, absolutely. Okay, Robin, very smart, very erudite. She would be making channels to, like, archaeology, like Mini Minuteman. Like, I love Mini Minuteman. I just found that channel not too long ago. Definitely subscribe to him. But she would be making, like, archaeology videos. Like, she would be making debunks to, like, you know, like, ancient aliens or some shit. She would be making that kind of content, right? She'd be like, no, the Earth is not flat, and here's why. You know, yes. And book reviews too. Oh, she would be really popular. Yeah. Robin would be like Murphy. Yeah, like booktuber, but also like archaeology YouTuber. I think full-time influencer easily. I think she would be easily at that level. Robin, book reviews. Yeah, absolutely. And she would also have very dark humor. That's another thing too. She would be reviewing a book, and then she would have in the middle of it a joke that's like, whoa, okay, she went there, you know, right? Yeah. I don't think her jokes would be so dark she would get banned. They're not that bad. You know, like Robin's jokes are dark for sure. But they're hardly the darkest jokes like I've ever heard or something. Yeah. No, Robin would not get canceled. No. Geography is everything. Absolutely. Niche humor. She would have a niche humor. Yeah. Thinking about this one. Yeah, maybe every now and then she tells a joke that maybe gets her, like, a warning or something that, like, maybe dial that back a bit. But I don't think it's anything that's so bad that she would get banned off of the account or whatever. I'm debating whether to put her as a full-time influencer or the massive following. I am debating there. Because she would be able to cover a lot of stuff. She's in Patreon. I think I might want to do a poll for Robin, honestly. I think because I am a little bit conflicted here. So we're gonna run a poll, and I actually have to go to the bathroom. So I will run a poll and then go do that, and then I will be right back. So where should Robin be? Where should Robin be placed? Full-time or massive following? Okay, we'll do that. Okay, we'll do a poll. There's that, and then let me just, do I have a, oh, I do. Oh, BRB screen. There we go. Oh, it's Rukia. Oh, man, I should have put Rukia on the list. Next video, which Bleach character will be the best influencer? Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Hang tight. Okay. We are back. Oh, that is the wrong screen. This is the one. Okay, there we go. All right. So, full-time seems to be winning the poll. So I'll put Robin. I'll keep Robin at full-time influencer. I think, yeah, it works. Yeah, that works. Pest protection. Yeah, that's the ad that's on the side of the tier list poll right now. The other one is an ad for the Audible original Moriarty, The Silent Order. So there's like an audiobook called Moriarty that's apparently pretty big right now. So I guess go check that out. There you go. Hi, you're back. Yes, I am. And from the ashes, we will build a better O'Hara. Yes. So next up, we got Roger, the king of the pirates. Okay, guys, this is Roger here. He was the king of the pirates. All right? Like, he is the king. But is he really the king of the pirates? Would Roger just be, like, making a channel where he does pirate things and he pretends he's a pirate and he has, like, a pirate outfit and everybody's just like, okay, buddy, yeah, sure. That's like a character. You're like a pirate. Okay, that's cool, yeah. Because if that's the case, like, I don't know, like, small niche following, honestly. Roger is a country guy. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that, definitely. He's dead. No social media. Well, so is Kuma. So is Brooke. He does have a lot of charisma. That is true. Roger is like 99% charisma. He's more charisma than water. Yeah. I don't see Roger using social media. I think, Roger might be the kind of guy that just gets out there in the world and wants to explore it. Where like Mihawk just doesn't care? Roger might be like, the real joy of the world is seeing this magnificent planet firsthand. It's not about stuck to your phone. It's not about being on apps or numbers or subscribers. Break free of that. Free yourselves from social media. I be Goldie Roger, king of the pirates, matey. You know what I mean? And he'd be like, go outside, touch some grass, explore the world. That would be Roger. Maybe. Or he could do a mustache channel. He could do a channel of a mustache. Yeah, I could see Roger traveling the world, but would he have a social media chronicling that? Or would he just enjoy the travel for the sake of the travel, not for like, not for now. Now, don't get me wrong. If Roger did have a social media, he would be charismatic as all hell. It would do very well. Yeah. He might be like Coyote Peterson. Maybe. Like a low-key Coyote Peterson, maybe. Yeah. No media, just living life. I don't want to do, I don't want to do polls for all of these, but I'm actually also conflicted about this now. So let's do a poll. I'm just going to put Roger. No social media. Or, if he has social media, I know where to put him. But I'm just going to put, you know what? Okay, I'm going to word it like this. Does Roger have social media? Does Roger even use social media? Okay, and I'm going to put just yes and no. And then we'll see where that goes. Yeah. I'm not going to do this for all of them, but like, this one is another one where I can honestly see both. I can honestly see him having social media, and I can see him not. Roger has clout. He's got connections. That's true. Oh, that's another good point, though, too. Maybe Roger himself doesn't have social media, but he has a channel. Like, people run it for him. He's not the one making the posts, but he's okay with, like, all right, mateys, I travel the world, and I have my crew that'll film everything and edit everything and upload everything, but he's the one he's the star. His role in the social media is he's the face. He's the star of the show, but I don't see Roger, like, maybe he has a brand account, is basically what I'm saying, yeah. Shanks, run. Yeah, Shanks comes up to him like, Captain, I think you should really sign up for this thing called TikTok. I think you'd be really popular. No, Shanks. If you want to run something, go right ahead. But I am too busy for that. I'm the Pirate King, Goldie Roger. You know? Yeah. Yeah, I think most people are saying yes. In that regard, I think with just charisma alone, you got to give him at least part-time. You know what I mean? Just the charisma alone would do that. Like whenever Shanks does upload a video of Roger hanging out, he would be able to tell you some cool shit. He'd be like, mateys, that be the rare Golden Sea King. I had a scuffle with that bad boy a couple of years back, you know? Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, now he'd be higher than part-time. He'd be higher than part-time if he does have social media. Part-time, I don't know, man. Because this is how I see it going down with him having a social media, right? This is how I see it going down. He's there being the pirate captain, being the pirate king. Shanks comes up from behind him, and he's like, hey, Captain, what do you say about your mustache? And then, you know, he turns, looks at the camera, pops a smile, that Pirate King smile, twirls his stash, and says something so damn charismatic and so memeable. You know, it's like a 10-second, maybe even like a 5-second clip that just goes viral with his stash. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of guy he would be, you know? He started the great age of social media, matey. I think massive following. I'll put him up here. Whoa. Oh, my monitor like died for a moment there. We're good. Okay. It's me nose hair, matey. Yes. All right. Who's next? Eneru. Okay. I mean, okay. You know what? You want to say banned forever, and that is true. But would Eneru also... Eneru is... Okay. Eneru has a god complex. Big time. End the poll. Right. Yes, sorry. Okay, end the poll. All right. Eneru has a god complex the size of the damn moon. Okay? So, he really does like people praising him. But then at the same time, he also destroys everybody that praises him. So, yeah, he would get a cult following. Cult leader, banned. He's either banned or he doesn't have it. I think he would be banned, though. Yeah. I think I could see Eneru starting social media. Yeah. He would have some people that would follow him. Definitely have some people that follow him, but that eventually it would cross a line, probably pretty close. It would cross a line pretty quickly, and he would get banned. Yes. Number 1 for psychology students? His username would just be God. That reminds me of that Key and Peele East-West Bull sketch where they're just rattling off all the silly names, and it gets to just God. Homeschooled. Oh, man. Yeah. All right, kids up next. All right, so... You know what? Not no followers. Small following. But it's like... It's like he's a band that has, like, you know, like 3 big fans. You know what I mean? Like they're a group of people that are like, hey, did you hear Eustace Captain Kidd is playing at this shitty dive bar in this town that no one cares about? Oh my God, I've never heard of them. It's just like, whoa, they're the most amazing band ever, you know? Like, and it's like, they have a small following, but that is it, you know? Kid would also kill a man on camera. Yeah, he would be the kind of guy that would just go absurd, like violent with it. Like he'd be performing in like I think he would do metal music. I mean, heavy metal, that's the whole basis of the Kid Pirate Crew. So I think they would, okay, here's what they would try to be. I just realized. They would try to be, in their minds, they would be as big as Death Clock. Okay? In their minds, they would be like Death Clock from Metalocalypse. but they are so not Death Clock. They are like Death Clock knockoff number 742 at best. You know what I mean? Like, that's them. Yeah. Kids singing Dark Ocean Summoning. They are a ripoff, big time. Death Flop. I don't even think they would make a big enough splash to even be like they might get mentioned on like a small town newspaper kind of thing, but like it would never go much beyond that. Yeah, Kid would get violent. Kid would get in the crowd. He would probably be, okay, even though they're not super popular rock stars, they would be violent and they would be getting arrested for like drunken and disorderly conduct like all the time. Yeah. Yeah, they would do that. They would have a small following. They'd be like, hey, man, you can say whatever you want about Captain Kidd, but he doesn't take shit. He jumps in the crowd and beats the shit out of anybody that heckles him. You know, he went to jail for like a week because of that, right? He's crazy, you know? Yeah. Yeah, he'd be definitely the type to destroy a hotel room for sure. I was thinking like G.G. Allen, he would not even be close to the... G.G. Allen did some shit that like I can't even mention on YouTube, okay? Like he wouldn't be that... That's the thing. He wouldn't even be close to that level of extreme. He would get violent. He would beat the crap out of people around him and stuff, but that would be all he is. He'd be very try-hard. Very try-hard. Yeah. Yeah, G.G. Allen is like the subject of like a documentary. Kid would not be that. No. Okay, who's next on the line? Oh, Monet. Okay, I didn't know. Like, a lot of these people, like, I had to make sure all the Straw Hats were on here and like the Yonko and the Admirals, but a lot of other characters I just kind of randomly picked. Just like, yeah, sure, throw Monet on here. Okay, Monet. I mean, what would she do? What would Monet do? She's a harpy lady. She's got like harpy wings, so that's cool. A channel on birds. She would look at bird species. Art streamer. You know, the one thing that I really find adorable in One Piece involving Monet was there's one, I can't remember the exact person that says it, but at one point, like, they're talking to Monet, and somebody compliments her and says, like, she's beautiful or something, or her wings are beautiful, or her, you know, she's beautiful hair. Like, they compliment her appearance, and Monet just instantly, like, she super blushes and just takes her wing and just, like, covers her face, like she's actually really embarrassed. Like, she's actually very bashful when people compliment on her beauty. That's actually really cute. I actually really like that scene. Yeah. I think it's just the G5 that call her hot. Yeah, it's like, now we gotta fight against this hot bird lady back here. And then Monet's like, oh, you think I'm hot? Okay. You know, I don't think she could have an only cans where you pick up used cans from various, like, Campbell's soups that, you know, it's a website where people collect vintage Campbell soup cans. Yeah, no. I think she would be too bashful to have a website like that, to have an account like that. No, I think she would have, like, you know, she would have a Twitter. Oh, she has to have a Twitter. She's a bird. No, and it's not X. So no. She would lose it after it changed over to X. Yeah. She would have I think whatever content she put out would be a small following or a niche following, but because she is hot, she would go up to part-time, and then anytime someone compliments her on a YouTube, like on not YouTube, but like Twitter or something, and just be like, oh my goodness, thank you for your information about birds. You're so hot. You're so cute. She would be like, yeah, like she would not really know how to deal with that. Yeah. Twitter's a given. You got to give me that. Yeah. I like that. Is there a game called Only Cans? Is that a thing that exists now? Why? All right, sure. No, I'm just saying that because, like, I don't... Yeah, saying that word on YouTube, the name of that site, there's been other people I know that kind of, like, go out of their way to not say it. So I'm like, all right, I won't bring it up. Yeah. Okay, so who's next? Fuji Tora. All right, Fuji Tora's YouTube channel or Instagram. Now, he's an older guy, so I think he would probably gravitate towards anything. It would probably be YouTube. Because he's an older fellow. I don't think, like, keeping up on TikTok is really Fuji Tora's, like, bread and butter. You know what I mean? He might be doing a YouTube channel. Dude, I could see him making, like, meditation videos almost. You know what I mean? There's a channel I follow called Hybrid Calisthenics. And, just like various meditations and like exercise and stuff like that. And like, ways to do, like certain workouts. Yeah. So, no social media. Would he just not have social media? That's the kicker. Yeah. I could see him making some solid content on like speaking about philosophy and spirituality and morality and the way of the world and stuff like that, and performing various meditation ceremonies and stuff like that. Like, it would be a very, very calm, very spiritual environment. It would almost be like there'd be like music in the background. Whoever's like, maybe somebody would be like, I can make some videos for you. I can edit them for you and put some nice calming music in the background. And he just like, this is how to perform like Mokuso or something like that. Mokuso is like a meditation like thing, for like Kenjutsu and stuff like that. Yeah, he could also make blind awareness content. Like, absolutely. I think he could. I think, once again, one of those things that maybe he himself would not, like, he would not come up with the idea, but maybe somebody would approach him and be like, hey, Fujitora Isho, you have some stuff to really share with the world, you know what I mean? And he did become an admiral. Like, he's there to try to make the world a better place. That is his ultimate goal. So I could see him having a social media. Yeah. But unfortunately, the thing is with the idea of like his content trying to be, self-improvement, self-help, meditation, I think it would be a very niche following for that reason. And he's like an older guy. So I think I'm going to put him in a small following, if anything. Yeah. Getting scammed by 20. Yeah, maybe every now and then somebody would leave a comment or something and he would fall for it, like maybe he would. Yeah. But maybe he's not the one actually, like maybe people are reading the comments to him and he's like, oh, that was an interesting comment. And he's like, no, that was a troll. Just ignore it. Moving on. It's like something like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, he blinded himself to not see the terrors of the world, which he would never be able to read a comment section. So maybe that's a benefit for him, honestly. How will he read the comments? Well, he would have a text-to-speech, or he would have somebody that reads the comments for him. Yeah. Text-to-speech is a thing. Yeah. He would not see the internet. He does blind reactions. Oh... Oh, God. Okay. All right. There it is. Yeah. Blind people are not that out of the loop. There is pretty much every piece of smart device has a text-to-speech feature now. Yeah. My TV upstairs has ones. Phones obviously have them. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Yeah, all right, moving on. Who's next? Ooh, Blackbeard. All right. Now, Blackbeard does have a hobby. It's actually archaeology. So that actually is, he's into history and archaeology. That's his hobby. And if he was in I think history is his hobby, and if he was in our world, I would have said he would be a historian or an archaeologist, something like that. Blackbeard's gonna get IP banned, dude. Yeah. You can't read with observation hockey. Who says you can't? Let's see here. What kind of stuff would Blackbeard talk about, though? Is like, if he just made videos about archaeology and history, how would he get banned? Like, I don't see him even covering, like, conspiracy stuff. I don't even see him doing, like, weird. I think he would actually, because he actually, I think, really cares about the proper archaeology and history of the world. I think he's actually a little bit more on that particular subject. I think he's a lot more wise than maybe people give him credit for in the story. Blackbeard and Robin duke it out for the most popular archaeology channel. Yeah. He's a very friendly guy, so he might not even swear. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the interesting thing about Blackbeard. Like, Blackbeard, like, yeah, when he's all going and, you know, fighting somebody, he's always like, Zah! You know what I mean? But, you know, when he was at Jaya, he seemed like a rather jovial fellow. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's pretty chill, honestly, as long as you don't, you know, cross him. He's actually kind of a chill guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, he's definitely committed murder before. Like, that's a thing, but, you know. See, no, Blackbeard's not going to make explosives. That's like Doc Q. If Doc Q had his own YouTube channel, he would get banned for that. But yeah. He mirrors Luffy in a lot of ways. Luffy has also killed people. That's definitely happened in the story. I refuse to believe not a single random Marine or Impel Down guard is not dead because of Luffy. He definitely has the blood of some people on his hands. I don't know if putting him at ban makes sense. I don't know for Blackbeard. He's a villain, sure, but there's other villains on this list that are not banned. Yeah. I think he would be chill enough to have, like, a small following. I don't think he would be as popular as Robin's channel, but I think he would have a small following. Yeah. I mean, like, he would make a channel where he gets on screen, and he does have a level of charisma. Like, Blackbeard does have a level of charisma. There's a lot of parallels between him and Luffy, and Zebek in kind of the same way. Yeah. Maybe even part-time streamer or part-time influencer, honestly. See, like, you say, like, Alex Jones. I don't think Blackbeard would be into, like, the whole conspiracy crap. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think he would be into that. I feel like he actually cares about, like, I think Blackbeard really cares about the Void Century. Like, he kind of wants to know what it's all about because he studies history, you know? Yeah. I think either putting him at small following or part-time. I think part-time is good for him. I think he would do a history channel. He probably wouldn't be able to live off of it. I'd have to do something else on the side. But, you know, maybe he might have, like, in YouTube terms, maybe something like 70, 80,000 subscribers, something like that, maximum. Hold on, I'm trying to think how many subscribers I had when I could really... How many subscribers did I have when I could do this full-time? Let's see. I think... Now, every channel is different. Every channel is different on how much money you make and the subscriber connection, like how much money versus how many subscribers and how many views you get. I would say I could have lived full-time off of YouTube in 2016, and I would have had a little less than 100K then, maybe like 80, 90. So maybe part-time would be closer to like 10, maybe 10, 20K, something like that. Yeah. Because that was when I started, I think, having enough that I could actually have like a full-time job kind of situation. But it's different for everybody. I'll leave him at part-time. Okay, who's next? Oh, Sanji. Okay. Sanji would make the best cooking channel ever. But now, He might go a little bit heavy on, yeah. People are saying he's Gordon Ramsay, but he flirts a lot. All right. He has Gordon Ramsay level food. Maybe he could actually make a grilled cheese sandwich. Did you guys see Gordon Ramsay trying to make a grilled cheese? Here's the thing. Gordon Ramsay is 100% capable of making an amazing grilled cheese. I think he keeps trying to make it super gourmet. And it's like, Gordon, I love you. I do. But like the whole point of a grilled cheese is it's 11:30 at night and you're high and you just want something quick. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of a grilled cheese. You know? He tried his best though. Yeah. Just melt the cheese on the sandwich. It's not hard. Oh, man, I could go for a grilled cheese now. I'm making a good-ass grilled cheese after this. Yeah. Teching makes a grilled cheese sandwich. Demonetized and fully supported by Patreon. Maybe that might be the case. Yeah. There are really sexual male TikTok food channels targeting older women. Sanji would have an audience. Oh, he would definitely have an audience. Yeah. Melt the cheese, Gordon. Come on. You know, yeah. Sanji would have an audience no matter what. Like, he's making really good gourmet food. Yeah. I think he would be full-time, but maybe some stuff would keep him from achieving the higher platforms. You know what I mean? Because Sanji might be the guy that, like, he's making a really good... Like, I can picture... Okay, this is what I can picture with Sanji, okay? I picture Sanji... He has his show, right? He has his cooking show that he does just by himself. But then I could see him having, like, a guest on one day, like a woman that's a chef, and they're making food together. And Sanji says something that the chat just immediately jumps on him for. You know, like, I could see that kind of shit going down. You know, like, maybe he says something to this girl. He pays her a compliment about her looks, and maybe she takes it fine, but then the whole chat just goes crazy. You know, like, and then that causes some issues. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, yeah, but that can also have... Okay, Sanji would get mad if somebody joins the stream and, like, makes fun of a woman and he goes rage mode. Okay, if he went rage mode, though, every time somebody trolled him, there would be the perpetual motion machine right there. People would be trolling him left and right because they want to see that reaction from people. You know, they want to see Sanji just like, get the out of my chat! You know, like, he would be doing that. Yeah. So that leaves a little bit of antagonism here with the chat. Yeah. The clips would be amazing. Yeah. I'll put him at full-time because I think he could achieve that, and there might be some controversy along the way that might limit him from getting higher, but I think he would be comfortably at a full-time influencer category. Yeah. The food would be great, though. I mean, the food would be genuinely amazing. Yeah. Okay, who's next? Tashigi. Oh, a sword channel. Oh, yeah. It would be a huge, I don't know, maybe just a small niche kind of channel. But she's a sword nerd. So she would just be making videos about famous Japanese swords. You know, like, this is the Wado Ichimonji. It is an Owazamono grade sword that was used in the Warring States period of Japan or something like that, right? She would have a whole history of the katana. Oh, I can picture Tashigi's channel now. She would have a playlist of, like, the history of the katana. Because I think the katana didn't start becoming a thing in Japan until around the turn of the first millennium. It wasn't always around. I think, wasn't it during the... like the Kamakura shogunate, maybe a little bit before that, when katanas were really a thing, like around 1000, maybe 1100 AD, that katanas were becoming, like, popular. Like, when did the katana When was the katana invented? The katana first appeared, 700 CE. Okay, that was a little bit before that. The Heian period. Okay, it was the Heian period of Japan. All right, so she would be making stuff like that. She would be making, like, there'd be a history part of her channel. There would be a sword appraisal part of the channel. Like, okay, if this was like an episode of Pawn Stars and somebody brought a katana into the pawn shop, Tashigi would be the expert. Like, like Rick Harrison looks at the katana and the guy's like, yeah, I just found this in my grandpa's attic. I'm not really sure, but he was from Japan, so, you know, he lived there like a while ago, and his grandfather apparently used it, and I don't know, I guess he was a samurai or something during the Bakumatsu period. I'm not really sure, though. And then Rick would just be like, well, it looks really cool, I guess. Tell you what, I know somebody that's an expert. Let me call her up and see if she can come down here, and she'll tell us everything she needs. She knows everything about this. She's a sword geek for sure. And it's like, yeah, okay, sure. All right. And then they would call down Tashigi, and Tashigi would walk in very professional, have her glasses on, and she would look at it and she'd be like, yeah, so during the 1850s is when the black ships arrived from America and they opened up Japan, and then also at that same time we had some samurais that were against the invaders, like expelling the barbarians was a popular term at that time, I think it was like praise the emperor, repel the barbarians was like a popular creed at the time, and this is a sword that was used during that era, and so she would appraise the sword and stuff like that. Yeah. One of Rick's sons just passed away, not Corey. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know Rick had an older son than Corey. I was not aware of that. I thought Corey was his only son, actually. I haven't watched Pawn Stars in a while. I see the clips all the time, but I haven't actually sat down and watched an episode in a long time. Yeah. But I remember on Pawn Stars, there is a woman that's the book appraiser. I think her name is Rebecca. And I always loved it when she came on the show because she just knows so much about books and everything like that. So that, yeah, Tashigi would be like that. She would be that. Yeah. He has 3 actually. Wow. Okay. Well, there's a lot about Rick Harrison I don't know. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, but Tashigi. I think a small following. I think a small, very niche katana and history of Japan channel. That would be her specific following there. Yeah. I think small would be good. She is a very niche kind of channel. Yeah. Okay, Bartolomeo is next. All right, Bartolomeo, the dude would be this guy would be a One Piece YouTuber. Bartolomeo would be a One Piece YouTuber. And I'm just gotta say, Bartolomeo is teching. So this is the one I think I have the most skill at actually determining where Bartolomeo would land. But here's the thing. Anytime he sees anybody in the chat shit-talking Luffy or any of the Straw Hats, oh man, he would go wild. He would be intense. He would troll. He would be making videos about the Straw Hats are gonna of course Sanji could low diff Kizaru or high diff Kizaru. There's no contest. He would be saying shit like that. You know what I mean? He would be like, Chopper could defeat Kizaru. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. No, he would not be banned for that. He would not get banned. No. If anybody said anything bad about any of the Straw Hats, he would really go crazy in the comment section. He would pop out. He would pop off. Yeah. The rage moments would all go viral. They would. That's the thing. They would. There's just this rage mode One Piece YouTuber that anytime Frankie got chucked into a wall, he would go crazy over that. He'd be making a review where he'd be like, damn it, Frankie does not go down like that. That would be him. Oh, dude, he would go insane. Yeah, it would be so easy to piss him off, too, yeah. Oh, yeah, he wouldn't care. He would curse a lot, too. He would curse a lot. That doesn't get you banned, maybe. It just gets you demonetized pretty quickly on YouTube. Yeah. Like, he's the dude, like I made that video on, like, Katakuri versus King. Like, Bartolomeo is the dude that would make a reaction video to that and would just be, like, picking it apart, like, frame by frame kind of thing. You know what I mean? He takes power scale. He would be the person that takes power scaling the most seriously. Like, power scaling is his gospel, you know? Yeah. I'm gonna put him... The clips would go viral. They would go viral. Oh, dude. Yep. He would go viral for all the wrong reasons. Like, he would be very antagonistic with his followers. If anybody said anything negative about the Straw Hats, he would jump on them. And because of that reaction, that would be a lot of his comment section, I feel. Like, a lot of people are trying to trigger him, and they would do that. Yeah. Yeah. Evening from Scotland. Hello. Yeah, the clips would be crazy. They would be insane. He would get the, he would get the, he would get massive following on somewhere, somehow. Maybe not YouTube, maybe TikTok, but he would get a following. All right, who's next? Mr. 2 Bon Clay Bentham. Okay, I think Mr. 2 would do amazing on social media. I mean, think about all of the stuff. He could do makeup tutorials. He could do ballet. He could do, like, ballet dances and ballet, tutorials and stuff like that, how to do certain dances, making his own costumes and outfits. And he has the ability to change appearance. Okay, like maybe every video he has a different appearance, and just like it starts the video with somebody different, and then he goes back to who he is, goes back to Mr. 2, and he's like, fooled ya! And like that would be how his channel starts, like, every time. So he would have like a good intro, like, every time to his videos. Acting classes, dude, Mr. 2. Yes. He would be an icon for sure. Okay. Yeah. If Bartolomeo gets massive following for all the worst reasons, Mr. 2, I think, would get a massive following for all the good reasons. Oh, queer activism, absolutely, 100%. That would be another huge part of his channel. I'm looking at the playlist right now at Mr. 2's channel. So much potential. Absolutely. Number 1 TikToker. I mean, honestly, like, yeah. So I'm thinking for Mr. 2, massive, I think, is pretty easy for him, because he has the charisma. He has a wide array of different things he can make videos about. He could dance, different schools of dance. Like, ballet is the thing that he's mostly proficient with. Dude, he could do videos on his Okama Kempo. He could do videos on, like, here's how to weaponize ballet dance. Like, that would be something he could do. Oh, man. Yeah. He'd have a crazy modeling career. Yeah. Yeah, he would only impersonate his friends. He wouldn't just like copy random people's faces, that wouldn't be cool. But no, his friends he would like switch faces with or something. Oh, maybe at the beginning of each of his videos, it's like him and one of his friends, and they look like twins because he used his power, and it's like, guess which one is me, and then the fans will guess, and then he'll, pop back to, he's like, it was me, like that stuff. Yeah. Following, just joined in from Canada. How is Robin not at Insane, and how is Blackbeard not banned forever? The Blackbeard really, like, like, there's nothing I can think of that would get Blackbeard banned. He's murdered people, but like I've said, other people have on this list as well. But it's like, as long as he doesn't murder someone on camera, which I don't think is what Blackbeard would do. He's a very kind of jovial individual if you're just hanging out with him, honestly. You know? But yeah, the creativity for Mr. 2. I'm thinking either insane or massive following. Would he be number 1 on TikTok? We are using Jaya's Blackbeard as a metric. Yeah, he does own slaves, though. That is a thing. Yeah, that is true. That is also true. Maybe that would... Okay. Yeah, maybe that would come out a little later. Like, he has a part-time channel where he's doing fairly okay, and then later that comes out about him, and he's like, oh, shit, and then he gets banned. Yeah. Did we then ban Blackbeard because of that? Because, yeah, I would say that's pretty bad. I would say that is pretty bad. Canceled! He was doing okay for a little while, but then they found out about that. Yeah. All right, but anyway, Mr. 2, let's go back to him. Let me do a poll for Mr. 2, actually. I think a poll for him is fair. Okay, hold on. I have an idea. A canceled live on the tier list making video. Yep. Because I remembered, wait, shit, he did own slaves. Yeah, that is true. That is canon. His old tweets resurfaced. Like, okay. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this for a second. Do I want to put all 3 options, like number 1, insane or massive? I'll just do that to make it one poll. Mr. 2, Bonclay. Could do that. Okay, let's try this. Do. All right. I'll see where that goes. Boa is at the top, yet she kicks kittens. You know, she does kick kittens canonically, and she consistently ranks in, like, the top 10 of, like, I don't know if top 10 One Piece characters, but she's up there. Yeah. People forgive her because she's hot, because she's beautiful. She even says it multiple times. And the sad thing is, it's true in the series. It's just like, oh, okay, we will. Oh, I just realized also, Mr. 2 has that ability. I think it's called Mane Mane Montage or something, where he can actually combine various facial features. He only uses it once, and it's just to give himself Usopp's nose, because he's like, I will make the weirdest face in the world or the funniest face in the world, and it's just his face with Usopp's nose. That's the only difference. But he could do that as well. Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing insane following. Oh, but it's really close. But it's split apart by the other ones. Yeah, so I'm going to go insane following for Mr. 2. I think that works for him. Yeah, insane following Mr. 2. There we go. All right, who's next? Usopp is next. Okay. Usopp, I think, would do very commendable. Like, his trick shot videos those would go viral. He would do those trick shot videos where he would, like, nail it, like, first every time. Like, Usopp would start off a video walking toward the camera, and there'd be a target, like, 500 meters away, and like a half a kilometer away, and he would just be like, hey, everybody, my name's Usopp, and today, whoop, and then just hit it, just boom, and then, like, today, I'm going to show you some trick shots from a crazy distance away, you know? Like, that's Usopp. Yeah. Like, he would be doing, like, you know, like, there are 12 targets around me right now, and I'm going to see if I can hit every single one of them in less than 5 seconds, you know? Like, and he would, okay? Yeah. Dude, perfect. Full-time for sure, YouTuber. Yeah. because the trick shots would be absurd, like just insane things. Like, you know how people will make videos and they're like, I'm on top of like the stadium on like at the highest of the bleachers, and I'm gonna throw a basketball into the hoop, and it might take like a lot of different tries, but when they finally get it, they're like, we did it, it only took 700 tries. Usopp would do it in one try, something like that. Yeah. He would have a gaming channel, too. I think Usopp is actually perfect for just generic YouTuber. I mean, in terms of, like, everything he would do. I mean, like, his main content would be the sniper, like, the shot videos. But then also he would do, like, a gaming channel on the side. And, like, another kind of channel where Usopp cooks, where, let him cook. Where Usopp cooks food and whatever. He would, prank videos. Yeah, he would dip his toe and maybe into prank videos a little bit there. Yeah. He can do anything, really. Yeah. Fishing. So he's Mr. Beast. Is Usopp number 1 on YouTube? I don't know if he's number 1 on YouTube, but he's up there. Yeah. Okay. So next we have Charlie, mermaid lady that is a shark that runs a cafe. So another hot tub streamer are we doing with Charlie? She's a fortune teller too. So that's her gimmick. Her gimmick is she's into crystals and she does tarot readings, and she's in, like, she has an Ouija board and stuff like that. Like, that's her thing. Yeah. The TikTok witch. She's the TikTok witch. TikTok tarot Ouija board streamer. Isn't she Charlie is like 30 years old. Maybe, I think in the flashback with Roger, Charlie's, I think she's 29 right now. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are saying number 1 for Charlie. For a $5 donation, she will tell your future. Oh. Wait, does she charge? I imagine she does, doesn't she? Yeah. She will always be right. Oh shit, that's right. Her fortune telling's not bullshit. It's actually real. All right. Dude. Okay. She's a sexy shark mermaid lady that can tell actual accurate fortunes for people. I'm pretty sure she has to be number 1 on something, right? If Boa's number 1 on Instagram, and if Brooke's number 1 on Spotify, I think we might have just found the TikTok champion here. Like, she's gotta be. She tells accurate fortunes. Like, what else could you want for a social media celebrity? Okay, the government would eventually just, use her for their own devices. Okay, like, maybe eventually that happens. Maybe eventually Charlie is approached by the Men in Black one day, and they're like, Madam Charlie, we're under the impression you have clairvoyance. You need to come with us. So maybe that might happen at some point. But I don't have an option on here for recruited by the government. So we have to pick something, like, where does she eventually get her success? Yeah. She could make bank on Cameo. I think she has to be number 1 at something, guys. I really do here. Like, maybe that would happen at some point. Like, she's number 1 for a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden her channel just disappears, and it's like, what happened to her? And then she got recruited by the government to, like, do some other kind of, like some deep cover CIA shit. I don't know. But, like, yeah. She would go viral on Fiverr. Is Charlie the queen of Fiverr? Dude, I think so. Fiverr, yeah, $5, and she reads your fortune, and it's accurate every single time. Oh, God. Number 1 on CIA, yeah. It would have to be a website where you could pay. Like, Fiverr actually works really well because, you have to pay it. And then, like, oh, dude, she would just be getting, like, constant. It'd be a constant stream until, the CIA show up eventually. Yeah. $5 to know my future is crazy. Yeah. You could say Cameo. You could say, I mean, like, does Fiverr, okay, I've never used Fiverr. Does Fiverr have to be $5 per fortune? Because she can't, I mean, like, she would have hundreds of thousands. She would have millions of requests every single day once word got out that they're all accurate. So she wouldn't be able to do that every single day. So she'd have to start upping the cost. Yeah. No, it can be any price. Okay, yeah. So she would be on Fiverr. Her prices would probably escalate because she would probably only be able to read like a certain amount of fortunes a day. Oh, dude, she would be crazy popular. Yeah. Okay, who's next? I think that's good for Charlie on Fiverr or Cameo, however you want to do it. Some website that, I'll give you, $5 to tell my fortune or something. That would be Charlie. All right, Princess Vivi Nefertari of Alabasta. Let me think here. Okay. So she's royalty. She has a duck. It would be her and Karu. Her and Karu would be making videos together. Let's see. Well, if Eam had anything to say about it, she would be banned. But, Eam does not control our world. Yeah. Duck talk. She has to be in person for fortune telling. Now, in this version, she doesn't. She could do it over the internet. Maybe the internet counts as in person now. I don't know. There it is. But that's number one. We're doing that. Royals cannot have social media. Is that a rule? Could she not have social media? Let's see. She would make videos. I'm trying to think like what she would do. Because I don't see Vivi as a Twitch streamer. I don't see her on... I don't see her on like OnlyPans or Only Hams or anything like that. Only Yams. It's a website where you just trade stories about how to grow yams. Good yam instructions. She's a vlogger, like an IRL streamer. Yeah, I can say she's despite being a princess in royalty, she's a very down-to-earth kind of person, Vivi. That's kind of what makes her character so endearing in the story. Like, she's royalty, but she doesn't flaunt it. You know what I mean? So she would be actually... Dude, oh my god. What if it's like the reverse of Blackbeard, where Blackbeard eventually, they find out he has slaves and he gets canceled? What if Vivi makes like a normal IRL kind of channel where she's just like, hey everybody, Vivi here. And then you later find out like, dude, this streamer is the princess of this nation. Like, what? Like you find that out later and it's like, holy crap. And then like she popularity just skyrockets, She'd be a motivational speaker. I could see that. Yeah. She can review perfume. Yeah, she does know a lot about perfume. She did have that technique that she'd had when she was Miss Wednesday. Life in a vlogger. What do you guys think for Vivi? Maybe part-time influencer. I don't see Vivi making it her full-time job. I think Vivi would rather... Tell you the thing. I feel like Vivi would rather be focused on nonprofits and helping out the environment and activism. Like, she would be for that. That would be the main thing she wants to do. Like, making YouTube videos is one thing, but actually going out there and helping... Like, she would go out there to, like, actually help out a soup kitchen and stuff like that. She wouldn't just be making videos. She would be out there doing it. Okay? So I feel like giving her part-time just for that. So she's like, yeah, I'll make videos, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, every once in a while. But the rest of the time, I'm going to be out there actually helping people that need it. That's the idea. Yeah, she's a political activist for sure. Yes. maybe she would be part-time in just she doesn't put out that much content. She would, like, let's say she's on Twitter. She might have, like, several million followers, maybe. She might have like 1 million followers on Twitter, but she doesn't put out content that much because she wants to focus on her real love. It's like taking care of people, taking care of the environment, like helping out at the Humane Society or like stuff like that. Like that would be Vivi. Yeah. Okay, who's next? Oh, I was waiting for this one. Aramaki, Green Bull. All right, so this is another easy one. I'm just going to put him at the top, banned. Dude, it would be comical how fast Aramaki would get banned. He would start a YouTube channel. He would get on screen. He would say a single sentence, maybe even a single word, and get banned immediately. Oh, immediately he would get banned. It would be a world record how fast he would get banned. Oh, dude. Yeah. Google would permanently ban him everywhere. Yeah, no, he would sit down and just banned. That's it, immediately. Yeah. All right, okay. Yeah. He's up there. He's definitely up there. Yeah. Okay, Jinbei's up next. Okay. Jinbei. He's as we've said before, and Oda even confirmed this. He went back on it and said that instead of Frankie being the dad of the family, because Frankie's not really a dad figure, Jinbei is the dad. Jinbei is the dad of the Straw Hats, okay? He's the dad. Frankie is now the perverted grandma. That is something that Oda said. And so Jinbei, dude, civil rights activist for sure. But also make I think honestly Jinbei, maybe YouTube, but he would do instructional, maybe like a master class in karate and stuff. He wouldn't just, maybe he would make videos about it too, but he would actually show you how to practice he would have his own dojo is what I'm saying. He would have his own dojo where he teaches people karate and jujitsu and stuff like that. But he would also maybe live stream his sessions or something like that. He would live stream the karate sessions and stuff. Learn with Sensei Jinbei or something like that. I could see him doing something like that. Martial arts documentary with Jinbei. Yeah. Fitness, self-help content. Maybe even marine biology. He would dip his toe into that. He would have a side channel for that. Absolutely. Swimming with the whale sharks. Yeah. Scuba diving. Just with there's a lot of options here for Jinbei. Yeah. Family vlogging. Hey everybody, it's Jinbei here. And I'm here at the amusement park with my family, and it's just a picture of Chopper and Luffy running around Egghead, eating candy and stuff, and Jinbei's just happy. He's like, we're at the county fair today. We're just having some good meat, yeah. Do you think Jinbei does he would do sports commentary too? He would have an episode where he's just wearing a jersey and he's watching football or basketball or something like that, and he's talking about his favorite teams and stuff. I can kind of see that from Jinbei a little bit. Yeah. He's a very dad channel. He's a dad, very dad energy from Jinbei. Yeah. He basically be Joey Swole. See, I have no idea who that is. I don't know who that is. But if that fits for Jinbei, I guess that fits for Jinbei. I think he watches football. I can see him wearing a jersey. Which team would Jinbei... Okay, what NFL team is Jinbei a fan of? I know a lot of NFL teams just because I live in America, but I don't know all of them off the top of my head here. The Buccaneers, maybe? There you go. The Dolphins. Yeah, I was thinking, what are the maritime animal NFL teams? The Dolphins teching. The Miami Dolphins. Come on now. It's yeah. He would be a Miami. I'm picturing Jinbei wearing a Miami Dolphins jersey, watching the game. That works because he has like the dad bod too, you know. Or the Seattle Seahawks, but I think the Dolphins fit better. Yeah. Tampa Buccaneers or Miami Dolphins. Either way, I guess Jinbei's from Florida in this context. All right. So, some good quality dad content. Maybe part-time. I'm thinking part-time or niche. There's a channel, Pittsburgh Dad, that is a guy that lives around Pittsburgh, and his channel is very much rooted in Western Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh culture. Yeah. So, yeah, he does a lot of references to that, certainly. Part-time, yeah. We'll go with Jinbei for part-time, yeah. Okay. Whitebeard's up next. Okay, Whitebeard. Dude, I'm trying to think. I mean, like, he's a very charismatic guy, so I'm just trying to think what his main focus would be on the channel. Maybe very similar to Jinbei in the dad energy department. Or maybe no social media. Oh, you're right. You're right. Whitebeard might fall in that category like my dad, where my dad is just like no social media. You know, my grandparents were the same way when they were when social media started becoming a thing. Like, they just had zero interest in it whatsoever. Yeah. War history podcast. Maybe. Yeah, I could see him doing, like, if he was in our world, I could see him doing, like, you know, in World War II, you know, we were in D-Day. We were held down behind those the rocks, and we charged forward. You know, maybe something like that. He would YouTube, but it would have to be with his family. He does everything with his family. If they wanted him to make a channel, he would. Yeah, I'm really starting to think, though, that he would just, his kids would be like, hey, Pops, check out this channel. He's like, all right, you know, he'd check that out. Grandpa Vlogger. All right, let's do a poll. I think it deserves at least a poll. Does Whitebeard have social media? Yes and no. Go for it. Oh, that is even Stevens. Okay, not so much anymore. Not so much anymore, but that was even for a while there. For a hot minute. Like, yeah, it's like one of those things, like a personal thing, where, like, if he made a YouTube channel or a Twitter or something, he would have stuff to talk about. It's not like he's boring or something. But would he? You know, that's the question. I think a lot of people, I think pretty much everybody, could start a YouTube channel and have something about their lives that they are passionate enough about that they can make content for it and at least accrue at least a small niche following from it. But some people just don't care. Like, social media is just not their thing. She's like, yeah, no, maybe Whitebeard has stories he could tell that would be very good, that might go viral, but he just doesn't care for it. You know? Yeah. So, no, it seems like the idea is no. So, okay. Let's do that. Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you what. So when I was in college, I'll put him in no social media. When I was in college, I had to do some work with a professor that ran a museum that was near the campus, and it was a World War II museum. So we had to go around the area and interview World War II veterans. And so they needed somebody from the communication department to, like, bring a camera and audio equipment, and that was me. And so we drove around, and I listened, and I still have the interviews on my computer. And, dude, some of the stories that these World War II veterans and Korean War veterans talked about, they are insane. Like, some of them told, like, really funny stories about something that happened during the war. Like, I remember there's this old guy. not to digress, but there was a dude that they had a password. Like if you're leaving camp and entering this field that they were camped next to, you got to use a password. Because if you don't use the password, you're a freaking enemy soldier or something, and you're going to get lit up. So there was this one night where this guy had to go take a piss or something, and he goes out into the field, and then he's like, "Stop! Who goes there?" And he's like, "What's the password?" And he's like, "Bill, it's Mike. I don't know the password, but please don't shoot." And then, Bill's like, all right, but you got to remember the password, dude. You got to remember the password. That's how things, I got like a Browning out here about to shoot you. So there was stories like that were really funny. But then also there were stories that were really like, they're getting kind of weepy and like upset when they're telling the story. And so, yeah, that would be, yeah. Can we get, I'm trying to end the poll and it's not letting me. Oh, there we go. All right, who's next? Kaido. Okay, Kaido. Yeah, I saw it in the chat. Like, yeah, the way that Kaido treated Yamato alone, that's gonna get Kaido canceled. Yeah, I don't know if he's bad as Aramaki, but Kaido's gonna be comfortably canceled. Yeah, banned. Kaido's banned. Also, he's just an alcoholic. He's going to get drunk on stream. He's belligerent drunk, controversial drunk, problematic drunk. Yeah. All right. Okay, who's next? I think that's all to say about Kaido. Yeah, Kaido, I mean, like, he would get drunk on stream and ramble and say some stuff that should not be said ever. Okay. Next up, we have Magellan. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna say banned, but because Magellan would do a cooking channel where he makes his favorite meals, but they are all poisoned. He would be like, here's how to make bleach soup. Here's how to make ammonia casserole. Like, that would be the kind of shit he would make. Okay? So either no followers, because no one would watch him, or it would be like, you are telling people to eat poison. I'm pretty sure that violates some TOS somewhere. I'm going to move Blackbeard up. And move Magellan there. I would watch that. All right, wait. Okay, hold on a second. We got. Yeah, he would be banned then. There's no way. No TOS would allow that. No terms of service on any website would allow you to like pour a bottle of bleach into tomato soup and then drink it and then tell people like, that's some good eating. It's like that's not cool. You couldn't do that. He would not get any followers and eventually he would get banned. That is what happens. Yeah. Educational purposes. Educational purposes, yeah. I mean, aren't some poisons delicacy? Okay, wait a minute. Stop for a moment. Hold on. Does Magellan put a disclaimer before his videos? On TikTok, people eat borax or... Is that a thing? Oh, you know what? I just remembered something. There was a show that was on, I think when I was in high school. It was called My Strange Addiction. And there was a there was a person on that show that drank bleach. I think it was a lady that drank bleach. Or no, took a bath in bleach. But I think she drank a little bit of bleach too. Yeah, and that was on national television. I love that show. Yeah. He would, Magellan would 100% be on My Strange Addiction. That's absolute. But, okay, does Magellan put a disclaimer before his videos that's like, I am a poisoned human. I am, like, oh my God, this is actually a completely different, okay. All right. Let me set the stage for you now. Maybe not necessarily a social, like he would have social media, but maybe it would start out like with a documentary on TV, and he's on the documentary and it opens up and he's like, my name is Magellan. I have a very unique condition where I like to drink poison. And then it cuts to like Magellan consumes this many pounds of poisons a day. It's like my body is able to resist all forms of poison, and poison is actually quite a delicacy. So it might be a thing where like nobody else on the planet has the Doku Doku no Mi, so people watch him just to kind of like, what does this poison taste like? You know what I mean? It just like, and he would talk about like, yeah, like cyanide. Like, no, cyanide has this kind of flavor to it. You know, like that would be the kind of stuff. So just from like the interest of that alone, of like he's the only person on the planet that could do that. And if there's disclaimers before the content of like, Magellan is able to do this, please do not do this at home. None of the stuff here is edible by any other human being. Nobody's watching that garbage. Are you kidding me? That is like, okay, hands up if you would watch something like that. Like Magellan showcasing his ability that nobody else has on the planet to consume any poison. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, me. I would, yeah. I'd watch that. Yeah, I would. I think he would have an audience. Now that I look at this in like a broader way, you got to look at this in the social media way. Like, nobody else can do this. He's the only one that can drink poison and be fine. So, like, there's going to be some novelty just to that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Reiju. Reiju also, then Reiju shows up and makes a channel, and I did not put Reiju on here, but if Reiju was on here, she would have an insane fall. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, man. Reiju collab. Reiju has no health issues from poisons. She can consume as much poison as she wants. No followers after Reiju. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me pull something up here. Let me pause this for a moment. Let me go back to the screen for a moment. Okay, hold on. Can I add Reiju to this? Hold on a second. Let me just download that just in case. See, I'm afraid of pushing. I'm afraid of editing this because I'm afraid if I edit, then the entire thing will be like reset and I'll have to do it all over again. Yes, you can. All right, all right. I guess it's not that big of a deal. I can always just put it back the way it was because it's not that hard or anything. And I have a saved photo of the tier list. So. Oh, do I? Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Yeah. You missed Usopp as well. No, I didn't. Usopp was on there. Usopp was a full-time influencer. We just talked about him. Influencer. Add Ace. I can't add everybody because I do want to get done with this at a fairly normal time. All right, can I save this? All right, I'm just going to, hold on. I'm just going to do this. All right, we'll be back in a moment, guys. Not technical difficulties, but I'm resetting it because of Reiju. Because I have a funny thing we could do with Reiju here. All right. Oh, export image. There it was. Okay, there we go. We got that. Okay, now let's see. Let's go back into influencers. Oh, it's still there. Okay, good. Edit. And then I got to add an image of... I'm just adding Reiju, guys. Just because I'm almost done. I don't want to keep adding more people at the end because it would just be nonstop. It would just be add this character, add this character. I understand there's a lot more One Piece characters that were not included. I understand, but like, I'm actually moving at a really good pace. I'm actually really proud of myself. It is already 7. I wanted to get this done around 3 hours, so like 7:30. So I'm doing all right. But if I keep adding characters, that's not going to work. So which one was she from? I think Reiju was... I definitely had her on the bakery stream at one point or another. Did I? Reiju. I might have never had her on the bakery streams. I don't think I did. Okay. All right. Well, in that regard, we are so proud of you, Teching. Aw, thank you. Add Wanze, add Whoop Slap. Let's do part 2. We could do part 2. There's nothing against doing a part 2. But these streams are always very long, and we're already at 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I think at the pace I'm going now, I should be able to get done in 3 hours, which is what I originally intended. So that was the idea. So we're doing all right. Okay, there's Reiju right there. Okay. All right. So we want to add Reiju in. Okay. Submit. Alrighty then. And this should be getting us back to that. Okay, here we go. We will now resume. Vegapunk would just be Bill Nye. Bill Nye, the science guy. All right, that's good. Right there. Okay, so we have Reiju. All right, so this is all for the sake of this, okay? So Reiju, here's what would happen, all right? Magellan would come out with his channel, right? It would initially have no followers. But then he would slowly, just because of the novelty of eating poisons, and it's like nobody else can do it, I think he would rise up. He would be getting places. But then Reiju would be like, hey, guys, I can eat poisons too. And then, boom! Like, she would shoot up to insane levels. And then Reiju would just be... And then maybe they could collab. They could collab at one point. But I think Reiju would be more popular because she's Reiju. Yeah. Would that not happen? Would that not happen? I feel like that would happen. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just like, oh, there's this guy. There's like this big dude that like has a scar that like eats poisons. And then he talks about his bowel movements. And then Reiju would show up and be like, I do the exact same things without the bowel movements, and I have, and she's a hot lady. So like, yeah, of course that's gonna be popped up. Yeah. That's how that's gonna go. All right, yep. The downside, of course, for poor Reiju is that her comments are gonna be way creepier. That's the downside for Reiju. But I don't know if Reiju would really care. She would just roll with it, I guess, and she'd just be like, all right, sure, this is what happens, you know. People would be sending her poisons. Yeah. Okay, who's next? Big Mom! Oh, Big Mom is very abusive to her children. Just the way she treated Pudding alone is bad, but she treats her children horribly. Oh, yeah, like that would be like that channel with the, the child abuse. Oh my god. Yeah, that is Big Mom pretty much essentially. Banned? Yeah, I think banned. I still think Aramaki is objectively the worst. But, yeah, she's up there. Big Mom is horrible. Yeah, she'd started out as a family channel, but it would go south pretty quick once you find out what's going on, you know? Big Mom, banned! Are there any villains that got higher than banned? Yeah. Like, we have, like Buggy, he's a villain. We have, who else? Magellan even. Magellan was a villain. Monet was a villain. I guess Kizaru right now. Yeah, sure. Katakuri. Yeah, so you don't get immediately banned if you're a villain. But all of the banned people are villains. None of them actually, you don't get, if you're a villain, you don't necessarily get banned, but everybody banned is a villain. All right, next up. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, my God. Doflamingo. Who is worse? Who's worse? Aramaki or Doflamingo? Doflamingo is like pure distilled, like pure undistilled evil. Evil! Oh, man. I think, I say this with 100%, like, I think Doflamingo is, like, objectively worse than any influencer, social media streamer, anybody that has ever existed in our world. The kind of shit that Doflamingo spouts and what he's about, all right? Like, think of the worst person you can think of on the internet. Doflamingo's worse somehow. Doflamingo is Doflamingo is evil, but he's classy. He'd have a platform. I mean, maybe on the dark web. Like, maybe on the dark web he would. But he would get banned from everything, yeah. Yeah, Doflamingo would know how to play the game, though. You are right. He is smart enough. He wouldn't be canceled. Like, Aramaki would get out there. He would say one sentence, boom, banned instantly. Get out of here. You're disgusting. But Doflamingo is smart enough to play the system. You're kind of right about that. Yeah. I could see Doflamingo getting banned on whatever platform he starts at, but then he makes his own social media platform. Like, I could see him doing that type of shit, and it's on, like, the deep web or the dark web or something. Yeah. He's the underground social media. He creates his own evil version of social media. Yeah, that would be that, but banned forever, definitely. Oh, man. I could see Crocodile. Well, Crocodile and Doflamingo, during the story, there was a moment where Doflamingo tried to recruit Crocodile, actually. Okay, what's next? Oh, Frankie. Okay. So Frankie, a mechanic engineering channel. Frankie would just be like, all right, I picked up this old 1972 Harley. I'm going to attach some jet engines to it. Like, that's going to be Frankie. Hey, I have this this kid gave me his old red flyer what is it? I'm blanking on this. The red dolly or wagon. Yeah, something like that. And I'm gonna soup that up so it could go past the sound barrier. You know what I mean? Mark Robert. Yeah. Yeah, he could be. He totally could be. Yeah. The upcycling, the overclocking channel. Red Rider Wagon. There it is. I'm sorry, I was blanking on a word there. But yeah, he would be doing that. He would do awesome reviews of soda. Dude, he would be like Badlands Chugs. He would be. He would be out there with like a giant, like when I worked at Dollar Tree, we didn't have, we got rid of them eventually, but when I started there, we had these 3-liter bottles of soda. They were huge 3-liter bottles of soda for $1. I could see Frankie grabbing that. Like, they were big enough that like Frankie's hand could reach around it. Like a normal human could not. But Frankie, of his size, he could just grab one of those 3 liters and just, look. Oh, that's a refreshing beverage, you know? Yeah. He would review soda. He would review the soda, yeah. Frankie Tech Tips. Yeah, absolutely. 2010 ass prices. Yeah, no. Yeah, they were cheap. They eventually got downgraded to 2 liters. But yeah, I remember those sodas. My favorite was we had one. So you have Mountain Dew, right? You have Mountain Dew, which is the main brand. Then you had an off-brand called Mountain Lightning, which everybody knew what Mountain Lightning was. Dollar Tree had a brand that was just Mountain. The flavor of the soda, like we would have orange, grape, diet, cola, Mountain. It would just say Mountain. Nothing, not Mountain Rain, not Mountain Water, just Mountain as a flavor. And you're like, ooh, Mountain flavor. Glug, glug, glug. And it's just shitty off-brand Mountain Dew is all it was. But, yeah. Okay, so what are we thinking about Frankie here? Full-time? Full-time or part-time? I think if he's like Mark Rober, or Rober, sorry. I think putting a massive following would actually be, I think Frankie, yeah, Frankie has the skills to pay the bills on that one. What off-brand shit is this? It existed, yeah. I think a massive following for him. I think he would do really good. Yeah, Hacksmith. Yeah, he would be hacking like crazy. You know, he would be doing a bunch of stuff, yeah. I could see Frankie having somewhere in the ballpark of like, I could actually see Frankie starting a channel in his own workshop that could hit 10 million. I could see him getting a diamond play button. Maybe not so much more after that, but I could see him getting the diamond play button. Yeah. With a couple of years of hard work, he could get there pretty easily. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Garp is up next. Okay, Garp. Garp would not have any social media. Garp did child abuse Luffy. That pretty much is true. He did chuck Luffy into a jungle when he was like 4 years old. That did happen. Yeah. Where is Big News Morgans? I don't know if not wearing pants would get Frankie banned. I don't know. He wears a Speedo. That's a form of swimwear. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or maybe the person filming Frankie just keeps it above the waist, maybe. Yeah, I think Garp ultimately would get frustrated with social media. I just think he would I think he might try it, but then get annoyed with it and then stop. You know what I mean? I don't think Whitebeard would try it. I don't think Mihawk gives a shit. I think Garp would he would download TikTok and maybe try to do one of, it just wouldn't go anywhere, you know? So I don't think Garp would have social media. Yeah. Yeah, he gets angry and punches the phone, yeah. All right, who's next? Zoro. All right. Okay, I'm going to throw something out there at you guys, right? I'm just going to throw this out there, and you tell me if this fits Zoro. He's the kind of YouTuber that when he does put out a video, it's a really solid video. It gets several million views. He puts out, like, one video a year. You know, it's like he forgets half the time he has a YouTube channel, and he's like, yeah, I guess I'll do something for that. And people love it, but, like, he barely posts. All right? Yeah. He'd get the wrong app. Yeah, he would download, like, he'd be like, all right, I'm going to download this video app. And he ends up downloading, like, Tinder or something. He's just like, I'm going to put some videos up on YouTube, downloads Tinder, and just like, wait a minute, this doesn't, how do I... I could see some fun with Zoro, just like every time he tries to do tries to do travel vlogs. Lost Adventurer, he does travel vlogs every like couple of months or years, but he gets lost every time he does it. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I just remembered the the allegations for Zoro too. That's not gonna help his case. No. Yeah. The series called The Wandering Ronin. Yeah, there's like an episode where he talks about all the fights he's been in and all the people he's cut down, or the people he beat in battle, and it's like he mentions and shows pictures of like Daz Bones, and then Pika, and then King, and then it's like, wait a minute. Yeah. Miss Monday, too. Yeah. There's more. Two's a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. 4... You who? You know, yeah. Oh, Mr. 7. Yeah, we didn't see Mr. 7 in the anime or in the manga, but we saw Mr. 7 in the live action, and yeah. Yeah. I think he eventually would get banned. Sorry, Zora. I'll put you at the end. I'm sorry. Oh my God, is this... Okay, hold on a minute. Let me do a poll. Let me do a poll. Does Zoro get banned? This is the hard-hitting questions of the day. Does Zorro get banned on Twitter? Find out at 6 o'clock. Because, he didn't do it on purpose. I mean, he did fight on, he was trying to win the fight, but he doesn't, it's, I think he could talk his way out of it. It's very close. Oh, it's neck and neck. It's 50-50. Oh, boy. No, he doesn't say anything racist. It's just that he does the video. He talks about, like, I beat these, I beat Daz Bones, and I beat, Miss Monday and Mr. Seven and Pika, and they all have something in common. And then, oh, yeah, okay. But a lot of people are saying no. So I think he might get away. I think he might get out of the situation here. He might get into hot water here. Maybe there's a brief controversy, but he manages to avoid it altogether. All right. Zorro escapes it. All right. In that regard, if he doesn't get banned, let's say small following, or because would he just do a travel channel kind of thing? The Wandering Ronin travel channel. Small following. I'll keep him at small or niche following. Actually, right next to Tashigi, which is nice. Yeah. Okay, so moving on, we have Akainu. Hey, say whatever you want about Akainu. He's better than Aramaki. All right? Yeah, he's absolutely better than Aramaki. He has a major rage problem. That's Sakazuki's thing, man. He just gets pissed. He gets mad. He gets rage mad. He needs to go to like an anger management class, honestly. Oh, did I delete Kaku? Oh no, Kaku ended up over here. Oh, I think it went. It defaulted to alphabetical order. You see, because like Akainu, and then no, I guess. Well, wait, yeah, I think Orochi. No, it's not. Oh, it's not alphabetical, but Zala's at the end, which is interesting. Akainu is A and Zala's Z, but still. All right, well, whatever. It jumbled it up, but it's fine. Kaku's still there. All right, Akainu. Yeah, Akainu's really busy with his job is the thing. Maybe they'll do the podcast once a week and that's it, but he doesn't run that channel. They just bring him in for a very authoritarian kind of response to most questions. But other than that, he doesn't have his own social media. He just appears on the podcast once a week and that's it. And when he is on the podcast, people do mention him and talk about him. He just doesn't read the comments because he doesn't give a shit. He has other shit to do, Yeah, Kobe is it starts with the letter K, not C. But I think in some versions with the file, it might actually still say Kobe. Yeah. Anyway, up to Shanks now. All right. Okay, Shanks. Shanks's position. What does he do? He fights with a sword. God, this is the moment where you realize we really don't know that much about Shanks. What do we know about Shanks? We know Shanks is a swordsman and a drunk. That's kind of it. That's kind of it. Oh, he's hot. He's definitely hot. So, maybe not. Okay, you say cooking videos. What if it's like making like various drinks, like a cocktail, like Shanks the bartender kind of thing? Because I could picture Shanks wearing a fancy suit, like bartender outfit, and doing some bartending videos. I could see him doing that. He's got the nice 5 o'clock shadow. He's got the beard kind of thing. Yeah. Shanks, the one-armed bartender. Hey, that's what he could call his channel. The one-armed bartender. You don't think Shanks can make drinks with one arm? Watch the channel. That's what he tells. That's what he shows you. That's the hook. People see that and they're like, there's no way he can make drinks with one arm. Holy shit, he did it. Holy crap. You know? Actually, there was so I bought this snowblower recently. And I was trying to learn how to use it, and it didn't come with instructions. So I looked up the instructions on YouTube, and the person that actually showed me on YouTube how to start the snowblower and how to run it and everything was a guy that only had one arm. He had like an amputated arm, and he's like, yeah, you could start it with one arm, and he went through the whole process. And I'm like, wow, that's okay. And then I learned how to run my snowblower. So there you go. You know what? I think Shanks could either be part-time or full-time. The hotness factor might push him up to full-time. Yeah. Shanks at full-time. I think full-time's good, yeah. All right, we're almost done. We're in the final stretch here. What do we got? Smoker. Okay, Smoker's channel, he would, I think he would have a pretty good, strong, like, dad channel where he reviews fancy cigars. You know, like, he's sitting at his desk, and he has, you know, the cigar. He has all the very, like, oh, no, it would be vintage. It would be, like, he has a bunch of dressers and glass cabinets behind him that have various, like, high top-shelf booze. But then he would also have those like fancy cigar boxes, like the highly polished, you know, I don't know, stained boxes that are like humidity, temperature controlled and everything. He would have that. He would review the cigar and stuff like that. I think he could have a niche following there. Yeah, no, he would have some followers. He wouldn't be no followers. I think he would have a small following. Cigar and lighter review channel. That's like the definition of a niche kind of demographic. Or niche audience, I should say. Although the demographic, I imagine, would mostly be older guys. Older dudes that are into, you know, fine drinks, like vintage whiskeys and stuff like that, and into hunting and fishing, probably, and you know, like having a fine cigar. Like, that would be the kind of demographic that would probably watch his channel. Yeah. Ben Beckman, yeah, kinda, yeah. YouTube wouldn't like smoking very much. So when you upload YouTube videos, it asks you, like, does there drug content in this? Do you talk about, you know, doing drugs and stuff? You know, maybe there's some limited monetization there, but I still think he would have a small following. Yeah. I don't think Smoker vapes. I think Smoker would see vaping as a trend, and it would be stupid to him. I think he'd be like, you're going to smoke a cigar. You know, I think that would be, like, Smoker's kind of perspective there. Yeah. A bunch of Ron Swansons. Yeah, kind of. I can see it. Yeah. Maybe age-restricted, maybe. Yeah. Okay, what's next? We have Chopper. Chopper's channel, guys. Okay. Chopper's channel would be in YouTube Kids, and it would be, like, maybe some basic stuff on, like, hey, you know, make sure to stay, when you're out playing, don't pick up snails and eat them. You know, don't do things that are going to make you sick. You know what I mean? Don't lick fence posts or whatever. Don't lick doorknobs. It's not safe, kids. Don't do it. All right? Yeah. And you know what? When I was looking at a lot of rankings for, like, YouTube channels and stuff, you know what is, like, very high channels? And I think Coco Melon was, like, the highest, right behind T-Series as, like, the #1 brand account. I think it was Coco Melon. Because, oh my God, every time I go down any of my friends' places that have kids, they're playing Coco Melon, or there's some little like a kid song playing. It's like, we all love to go to sleep. Do, 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 do. Time for bed. Time for, it's just like, oh my God, it drives me crazy. Whenever I'm down at my friend's place and one of them has kids or whatever, Yeah, so I think number one on YouTube Kids, that would be Chopper. Yeah, Chopper's toy review maybe even. Yeah, but I think he would fall into like maybe like a Miss Rachel kind of figure where Chopper would like teach kids about basic stuff, yeah, he would do whatever he would do it in a way that's very receptive to that audience. Yeah. He would get healthy tips. Yeah. Bill Nye, but for medicine. Yeah, he would be like, hey, kids, candy's good, but if you eat too much candy, then it can make your stomach sick, and that's not good. He would be like stuff like that, maybe, yeah. Yeah. All right, who's up next? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Okay. Are we ready for Charlos, ladies and gentlemen? Are we ready for Charlos? I don't. Yeah. Does he go above Doflamingo? I still feel like Doflamingo and Aramaki are worse somehow. I just feel like, because the level that they're at is like, I mean, Charlos is bad, but like Doflamingo's out there actually, exacerbating the process. Not banned because he has connections. He can't be banned. It's impossible. Maybe just no followers. My dad owns the platform. I actually have an insane following. He's the owner. He can't be banned. They own social media. That's right, though. They would. Oh. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they're the celestial dragons, which in like the context of this world, they own everything. They wouldn't be like, they literally, like his dad would literally own Twitter or literally own TikTok or Twitch or something. He's unbannable. Oh man. All right. I mean, for the sake of the video, I'm not going to make another tier, but for the sake of this, I'll put him in banned. But as it turns out, it's like he's not really banned. Like he should be. There's no reason why he should not be banned, but he has connections, right? Yeah. Maybe just no content, right? He would just not make anything. Yeah. But anyway. Kobe's next. Kobe, I think Kobe is in the same vein as Usopp. He's like generic YouTuber guy. You know what I mean? Like I could see him doing this YouTube thing and getting full-time out of it in the same way that Usopp does. Yeah. Maybe even a smaller following. Maybe Kobe would be super humble and he would be like, please don't subscribe to me. I don't deserve it. Maybe he might be somebody like that. A Minecraft YouTuber? Maybe he would be. I don't know. Does self-improvement videos. Average gaming YouTuber. I think part-time. Yeah, I think part-time. He would be average gaming YouTuber. I think Usopp would go 100% with it, is what I think. I think Usopp, when he went to go be a YouTuber, he would go give it 100%, and he would be really popular for that reason. Kobe, I think, would be somewhat, like, afraid of success in some way, and he would, like, I don't know, I just feel like he wouldn't get 100% into it, you know? He would make content, but like, just let other people do their thing, you know? Yeah. I would subscribe to Kobe, definitely. Yeah. All right, what's next? Who's next? Dr. Kureha. All right, Dr. Kureha. She's a young and sexy 141-year-old, and she's a doctor. And she's single, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Did you want to know the secret to my youth? Oh, yes. Only doctors. Yes. See, here's the thing. She would do doctor stuff, but I think mainly she would be on Instagram or TikTok, like doing, like she would do model stuff because she's beautiful, obviously. Yeah. Kureha could have Dr. Mike, but a century's worth of experience training videos. She would have, just like Sanji, she would have a particular following. Yes. Same as Law. Where did we put Law again? We put Law at full-time. I think easily she could be full-time because of her doctor skills and everything. She would bring the sass, too. She would definitely bring the sass. I can see her being in Budweiser commercials. That is such a weird thing. That is such a... You know, Dr. Kureha, I could see her in a Budweiser commercial. I'm like, I guess? I don't know. Yeah. She would also have amazing stories to tell. I think full-time. I'll put her right next to Law. Yeah. Okay. Oh, check it out, guys. I am Lord Orochi. I am on TikTok. Everybody follow me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am Lord Orochi. Banned. Get him out of there. I'll put him right next to Kaido. There you go. Get him out of there. All right. I don't really have a streaming schedule, Jonathan. This was something I came up with like 3 days ago. I was like, we should probably do this. And I was like, well, we have no break this week. I mean, we have a break this week and everything, so this would be the time to do it. So, yeah, this is where we're doing it. I gave 1,000 kids the Smile Devil Fruits. Yeah, banned. Yeah, he's like an equal and opposite reaction to Mr. Beast. You know, like Mr. Beast will go to a hospital and cure like 100 kids of their blindness. You know, Orochi goes to 100 hospitals and like causes blindness somehow. You know what I mean? Like he's like the equal and opposite reaction to Mr. Beast. Evil Mr. Beast. Yeah. Okay, Lafitte. I don't know why I put Lafitte on here. I was just like, Lafitte's a mime. Where are the mimes at on social media? Where do people view mimes? Mimes. Let's see here. Do people like mimes? No followers? He would just do like tap dancing videos, I guess, and mime stuff. Yeah, small or no followers. I feel like the no followers bracket is the one that has, well, I guess no followers and insane are tied now. But I think Lafitte putting him, maybe he gets like 5, like the other members of the Blackbeard Pirates, like the other 10 Titanic captains follow him, so he has like 9 followers and that's it. You know, I think it would be so small of a following that it would warrant no followers. Yeah. He would have a massive niche on TikTok. Would he, though? Oh, wait. He can hypnotize people. That's right. He'd be like, hello there, TikTok. You will follow me. You will like my content. Yeah, there is a niche. There is a niche. Okay. Hypnosis videos. I will like and subscribe to Lafitte. Perfect loop videos. Ban then? No. He's like, you will not ban this TikTok. Okay. You know what? That is a good point. I will swipe before he finishes. I don't know if you've seen it, but I was like looking through Facebook, and there's this one thing that's like, your mind will be blown in 1 minute, and I'm like, I'm not sitting here and watching this for a minute. That's the problem. Nobody has attention spans anymore. Like, no one is gonna sit there for a minute while he's doing his little hypnotism thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So many people would see it. I mean, it would work on some people. But I think there's a good chunk of people that would just, like, move on to the next thing before he even opens his mouth. Like, they see this weird mime guy, and they would just be like, I am going to hypnotize. Screw it. Next video. Like, yeah. It's working on me. All right. Well, in that regard, maybe he would have... All right. How many people do you think he could actually legitimately hypnotize into watching his content? Some people would be hypnotized. Absolutely. Some people would be 100% hypnotized and like and subscribe to him. But I think people's attention spans are just a detriment here. He's too creepy. You know what I mean? Couple thousand. That's it. He's Slender Man. Slender Man. Slender Man. There are a lot of gullible people, but how are their attention spans is the question, I didn't put Django on here, no. But that will get him banned, though. That is hypnotizing people to subscribe to his channel. Would that get you banned? How would that work? Yeah, people did bring up, by the way, that Sabo is the Flame Emperor now, so I think we should bump Sabo up here. With his Flame Emperor status, I still think it would be controversial because he's a revolutionary and stuff. But we need to we'll give him something. Maybe part-time. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if it works, how do you prove it? How do you say, like, he's like, yeah. Because there are people in our world that, banned by the establishment too. So that's kind of why we put him down here and no followers. Yeah. But, like, there are people that are like, I am a hypnotist, and, like, this is how you do hypnotism. Like, there are people that do, like, tutorial videos for that kind of stuff, right? Like, probably. So I don't think just doing that alone would get you banned. Yeah, small following is fine. I'll go with that. Lafitte has his weird group of, like, just hypnotized thralls that are just watching his content, like, drooling, like, I love Lafitte. Like, there you go, yeah. Yeah, after the hypnotism, you don't remember anything either. Yeah. Sabo is an influencer. This is tough for Sabo. Yeah. Okay, we'll do a poll for Sabo. I really don't know where to put him. All right, here's what we'll do. Sabo. Okay, let's do... I'm just going to do this. We'll do this first, and I don't think... Massive following, maybe, but, like, I'll just do these 4 for right now because I have a limit on the poll. I can only do 4. I know. I get what you guys are saying because, like, yeah, he is the Flame Emperor. He does have, like, a following. But I'm trying to see, like, how that translates to social media. If Sabo is, like, on social media yelling for, like, revolution, if he's, like, calling for that, I don't know how well that would translate into social media. Or they might try to bury him, you know what I mean? Sabo is kind of the most difficult guy to place here, yeah. Maybe he just doesn't have social media. Maybe. This is tough. Yeah, the audience is even. I mean, the audience is mainly part-time here. Is the votes coming in? All right, I'm gonna do one more poll for him. So part-time is winning. So here's what we're gonna do. I think I got this narrowed down for Sabo. All right. I'm gonna end that poll. We're gonna do another poll. We're gonna do part-time, or we're gonna do no social media. I can see both. We'll do that. All right. We'll see, because I can kind of see him not having social media too. Yeah. But part-time is winning. But we'll give it a second. Sabo would not have social media, but there would be loads of accounts claiming to be the Flame Emperor. Ah, yeah, that would definitely happen. That would definitely happen. He has a secret social media. Well, if he had a secret social media, he wouldn't have very many followers. No social media under his name. Wink. Yeah, I think I'll put him in part-time. That's where the votes are going. It's only 37% for no. So I'll put him in. You could interpret that however you want. Like, you could look at it like Sabo doesn't have his own channel, but somebody else, or a bunch of accounts, or like a bunch of stuff that claims to be the Flame Emperor. But like, there you go. I'll put him right there. Okay. Who's next? Marco. All right. What would Marco make videos about? Well, he's a doctor too. I don't feel like he would be as popular as Kureha or Law, though. I think he would do some advice on doctor stuff, but he would also be a strong proponent of pineapple on pizza. And I know for some people that's not cool. If he's going for the pineapple on pizza bit, I know a lot of people are going to unsubscribe just for that. There's lots of doctors on TikTok, it seems. Okay. I don't see how he would get canceled. I don't see how Marco would get canceled in the slightest. Oh, because of the pineapple on pizza? Maybe. Maybe he would. Oh, yeah, maybe there's too many doctors and he would go the vet angle. Like, he would go veterinarian with it. Because that's what we see him doing at Sphinx. Yeah. He's banned for liking pineapple on pizza. I don't think he would be as much of an influencer as Law or Chopper or Kureha as the doctor. I think in terms of the doctors, he'd be the lowest one down. But just because he is a doctor, and if he does focus on animals, maybe part-time. Maybe part-time. Yeah. Small following. Small? Okay. I can see him putting him in small. Yeah. Okay. All right. Kaku. So somebody said it earlier. Somebody said Kaku should be like parkour. He should be like parkouring and stuff, right? Which I could see that. He's parkouring around the village. So he's doing parkour stuff. He can also turn into a giraffe. So that's like, yeah. He does a gaming channel, and it's just filled with giraffe facts. He's playing Baldur's Gate 3, but through the entire thing, he's just talking about giraffes for some reason. A giraffe doing parkour, that's an easy 5 million subs right there. I'm like, yeah, maybe a massive following, because he has mad parkour skills and giraffe. So there's some talent to be had there. He has a gimmick for sure. He plays Giraffe Simulator. I think he could get a massive following. In terms of gaming, maybe, or just the parkour stuff, yeah. All right, we have 3 left, and we're done. We got Khalifa. All right, so sexy lady instantly gets, like, what, the +2 boost? Like, instantly wherever she would go normally. She also has kind of like a dominatrix thing going on. Let's see. Okay, Bo is #1 on Instagram. Brooke is Spotify. Charlie is on Fiverr or Cameo. Chopper is #1 on YouTube Kids. So, Maybe, okay, maybe she would be the one on OnlyPans. I don't know. Maybe. Actually, you know what? No, here's the thing. I'm more confident in Zala. I'm more confident in Miss Doublefinger being the if she's gonna pick number one on only Dan's. I'm actually focusing more on Zala on that one. Yeah. Oh, bath bombs. Yeah. Only lambs. Yeah, her whole joke was claiming everything was sexual harassment. Yeah, that is true. But what if that in and of itself becomes her gimmick? Like a meta thing. I don't know. Spa ASMR. I don't know. Yeah, it's true. We'll get to Zala when we get to Zala, actually. But for right now, Khalifa. That's her niche, humiliation. Like, that's the thing. Yeah, Oda kind of worked a little bit of that in there with Khalifa. From small following to full-time due to her +2. I just made the +2 up. That's not a thing. But I am thinking either full-time or massive following. All right, let's think about this in YouTube terms. If she was on YouTube doing, like, I don't know, skincare, bath bomb kind of stuff, maybe some low-tier humiliation thing, I don't know, something on the level that YouTube was like, all right, that's it's kind of near the edge, but like, all right, we'll allow it. Would she have enough to make a full-time living off that? I think so. I think she could get over 100,000 easily if she was doing that kind of stuff. But would she have like over 1 million? Would she have like 5 million subscribers or something, you know? Yeah, don't spam, Diamond. Nah, just full time. Everyone wants Khalifa to be the bathwater one. I doubt she would do that. I seriously highly doubt. Like, Nami, I think the argument could be made that, like, people want to buy my bathwater. Like, okay, that's creepy as shit, but I'll get money for it, so okay. Like, I think Nami's idea of that was like, all right, it's weird, but money. Khalifa, I think, would not. Somebody would ask her, like, can I buy your bathwater, ma'am? And Khalifa would be like, that's sexual harassment. Like, that's what it would be. We'll do a poll. Khalifa. We'll do full-time or massive following. I think both of those are the only... I think that's like the good general region she would end up in. Yeah, she would do a hot... Oh, yeah, she would do hot tub streams, I guess. I mean, that's the whole point of her devil fruit power. She would have a lot of simps. Yeah, I think the humiliation thing would lend it to be... Yeah. I think that's where that would go. I just noticed Tekking doesn't have over 1 million. I do not. Maybe I will. Maybe this is the video that helps me get there. Who knows? Can we mute the diamond guy? If he spams again, then I'll time him out, yeah. Oh, hey, CJ. How you doing, man? How's everything? We're getting full-time. It's pretty close, but it seems full-time's working, so I'll just leave her there. She'll be maybe high end of full-time, getting close to massive following. Like, she might be on the precipice. You know, if full-time is like... Maybe if full-time's like 800K, 900K, getting into 1 million. Maybe she has 1 million and just hit it. Like, she just has 1 million, you know. Okay. Who's next? I'm going to read the super chats after we're done here. So I have 2 more people left. I have Dragon and Zala, and then we'll do super chats at the end. So don't worry about that. All right. What does Dragon do on social media, guys? What's Dragon's thing? No social. I mean, like, listen, if there was anybody that didn't have social media, it would kind of make sense for Dragon. He is the head of a revolutionary army. But you could also make the argument, like, we need to use social media to spread our message. You know, you could make an argument for that. Yeah. But I think by necessity, he would either have to have no social media or he would get banned. I guess you could also look at no social media as like, or banned as like going over to the other side of the internet, which I didn't even consider when I made this. Like, yeah, there is like the dark web and stuff. Yeah. There is an official. Oh, he has like an official Revolutionary Army page. Like there's a Facebook page for the Revolutionary Army, but he doesn't have his own personal one. Is that how it works? Yeah. Diamond is still spamming. I'm not seeing him in the chat, but okay. Yeah, he's just yeah. I see him. He's just spamming podcasts. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm putting you in timeout for 5 minutes, so don't spam when you come back, and you'll be good. All right. So what are we thinking? I think either of these kind of leads to the same result. Like no social media, he finds other ways to spread his message. Or banned, and he finds his, the same thing. It's kind of the same thing with him. Yeah. All right. So we have the last person on the list, which is Zala, who is Miss Doublefinger. And I was thinking, oh, yeah, because she wears a very revealing outfit, and she's covered in spikes, and that's her thing. But she's also Paula that runs the Spider Cafe. And from what we saw during Miss Golden Week's Meet Baroque series was that she really wants to be Paula. Like Paula is the idea of like her ideal self. Like she just wants to be the person that hangs out at a cafe and just pours people drinks and stuff. And, and just that's what she wants. I'm feeling like because she moonlights as Miss Doublefinger, or Paula, however you want to phrase it, like which one is her real identity? I would say the identity she wants is Paula. Like that's what she wants to be. Okay, so maybe she does that kind of wholesome content on YouTube. But then she has an OnlyPans channel or something where it's like midnight, where she has a different hairstyle and she busts out like the dominatrix outfit and things get a little kinky, like maybe that's what she does. Yeah. Yeah, there's daylight and midnight with her. You can kind of see that. Yeah. Only Spikes content. Yeah. So it depends. Yeah, I would say her YouTube content, maybe part-time. Maybe enough money to make it part-time on YouTube. But her OnlyFans content. Oh, I actually finally said it. It's like that. 3 hours! 3 hours and 20 minutes! Only yams. Her only yams would be like massive. I don't think she would be high up on the platform, but it would be here or here. You could look at Zala, one of the others. Okay. Well, it was at the very end, if nothing else. Okay. Halipin has a YouTube account, so as a Twitter account, so can Dragon. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, top. Okay. You should have replaced Miss Doublefinger with Viola. But we could do another one of these because there's a lot of characters. There's a lot of characters. Yeah, she owns a bar. She owns the new Spider Cafe, which actually opened up in the Meet Baroque cover story. Yeah. Okay. So, with that being said, we're going to go through some super chats now. We'll do some super chats. Stream ending soon. Yep, that's it. We did it. We got through it at a nominal pace. We got through 3 hours and 20 minutes of this. Yeah, you just have your video cut off suddenly. Just, oh no, bye. But anyway, okay. I'm happy with the way this ended up, though. I'm happy with this. We got the 4 tops on their platforms. We got Boa Hancock, #1 on Instagram for her modeling and her fashion sense. We got Brooke as #1 on Spotify, top in the charts with all of his various musics. We got Charlie #1 on Fiverr or maybe Cameo because she gives actual, legit, real fortunes that come true. So she'd just charge a fee for that and be super wealthy. Although maybe the CIA or something might break it and might, at some point. But, for a while she would be doing well. And then we have Chopper, who would be like #1 on YouTube Kids, like most subscribed YouTube Kids channel. Like, hey kids, do you want to watch Dr. Chopper? Yeah! Which Dr. Chopper kind of sounds like he's like a serial killer or something. But, turns out very wholesome, very wholesome content. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I would love to make a Gordon Ramsay grilled cheese sandwich. No, actually, well, okay, here's the thing. When Gordon Ramsay made the grilled cheese, I mean, it looks good. It doesn't look like a disgusting food. I mean, it's Gordon Ramsay. It's not a grilled cheese, Would it taste amazing? Absolutely. He was putting like jalapeno jelly and like freshly cooked brisket on it. And I'm like, dude, Gordon, if this would taste good, like if this was served to me, I'd eat the whole damn thing. But it's like, I'm sorry, that's no longer a grilled cheese. Part of the grilled cheese aspect is the ease of construction. You know what I mean? Yeah. The stream was super fun. Hi from Mexico. Hello, 123377737. Great channel. Also, yeah, the only person that got no followers was Weevil. I feel like Weevil, his mother would like be owning the channel, and yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, let's go through some super chats here. Let's end it out with some super chats. See what we got here. Okay, a lot of these I already read through. Yeah. Okay, #1 dark web. Yeah, I should have put a dark web tier now that I think about it, but I didn't think of that. Do you think Toki met Joy Boy? By the way, you might have missed my previous super chat. Yeah, I will get to all of them here. Let's see. Yeah, but Toki met Joy Boy. Oh, I mean, I feel like they would have to have met at some point, right? Like, unless Toki was born after the events of Joy Boy, actually, because she was born during the Void Century. Like, I think she said she was born 140 years ago or something like that, or 120 years ago or something like that, and that itself was like 30 years ago. So maybe she was born after Joy Boy and the rebellion happened, and then she grew up and they gave her the time fruit to go to the future. It might have been something like that. I feel like it would have been mentioned if she met Joy Boy, because that's like a really important thing. Django, yeah. I imagine a lot of these are going to be like, why didn't you have this character on it? And it's just, honestly, I just picked a bunch of random. I did the Straw Hats, Yonko, Admirals, like all the characters that are like notable. And then I just picked a bunch of random people. So we could maybe do this again at some point. We can add more characters, just like we did with the bakery stream. It depends on how this one goes. But yeah, there's a lot of characters I didn't have on here, obviously. There's a tier list that has every One Piece character, and it's like, oh God, there's so many. It would take a day to go through that whole thing. Would you make a video discussing all the different combat styles in One Piece? That would be a good video. Did I make a video about Fishman Karate? I think I did. I made a video about Fishman Karate, but I haven't made videos about every single fighting style, so I should definitely do that. That's not a bad idea, because there's a bunch of, like, really specific, like, when, like, Sai and Boo and Don Chinjiao had that very special shockwave kind of martial art that's, like, mentioned, like, once, like, it would be good to, maybe not to do a whole video on that, but, like, a compilation kind of thing, right? Yeah, that would be okay. Thanks, John. Yeah, I don't have a streaming schedule necessarily. Let's see. Yeah, Charlos is not banned because he has connections. Say hi to Barry to me, and geography is everything. You need to make more episodes. Yeah, people have said, I actually got a suggestion last stream that I should just do episodes on non-canon islands in One Piece, which is not a bad idea. I should definitely do more geography because it is everything. Chopper would have an insane following minimum. Yeah, he would. Oh, by the way, I got a new super chat while I was doing this. I should read this because this is $10 from the Crap Cafe. This is Sanji speaking. Where do you think Captain Kuro would be? He's a pretty clever guy. Yeah, dude, I don't know where Captain Kuro. We'll save him for maybe the next episode. Maybe he would be smart enough to weasel his way to get up to a full-time influencer, maybe something like that. He is Kuro of 100 plans, after all. Do not dig up info on Minority Hunter Zoro. Travel vlogs for Zoro. Dofi would have a fashion account. Yeah, but then he would have opinions when he's doing the fashion videos. Yeah. Frankie tech tips. Yeah, Dofi is evil but classy. Vegapunk would just be Bill Nye. Kaido would get canceled. Sound of Nika bouncing on the rubber ground and laughing are the drums of liberation. Nika be on front lines of battle dancing. I was going to do a video about the Iron Giant and talking about how, well, since the Iron Giant is powered clearly by the beats of Sun God Nika, of the drums, very clearly that means that if it attacked Marijois 200 years ago, doesn't that therefore imply there was somebody that had the powers of the Gamu Gamu no Mi awakened 200 years ago? Because that's when it attacked the Marijois, and that was long after the Void Century. That was after it had powered down from the Void Century from Joy Boy. So wouldn't that mean there's somebody else that like 200 years ago? And that might tie back into the Fishmen, because the Fishmen were always considered like fish, like just animals. And that was the turning point when they were actually considered like, you know, living beings that have like autonomy and sentience and shit, right? So maybe there was something there. Who knows? Robin is not insane following and Blackbeard is not banned forever. Well, he is now. For €2. I think someone would make careers that make let me say here. I think some would have careers that make them famous and then make online, like how celebrities have Insta. Zoro main job in MMA has an Insta. Yeah, like something like that too. Like, you know, they wouldn't get famous directly from social media necessarily, but they would have something else and then get a social media later. Yeah, I could see that. You could interpret that with a couple of these. Like Law example is a perfect example. Law would be a doctor and a surgeon first and foremost, but then after he's a successful surgeon for a while, maybe he decides to open up a TikTok and it goes really, it goes fire, you know? No social media as a principle, so that's why I added it. Yeah, don't have Yamato on here. Maybe next time. What if Nami went the completion charity scam route? I don't know what. No, because that would be exploitative, and especially if it was like a charity for like children and she was. Yeah, I don't think Nami would do that. No, I think Nami would. She would have a line there. Yeah, she wouldn't do something like that. Opinions on Undead Unluck. I like Undead Unluck. I read the chapter today, actually, the new one that just came out. And pretty good stuff. Yeah, there's some other people I just don't have. Don't have Shirahoshi on here. Yeah. There's some people that, yeah, like I said, there's people that would probably be really popular. I had to keep it down to a minimal here. And like Luffy 56 or Orange Neko Nami, for example. Okay, yeah, like they would all have names. If we had to stop and go through the names for like what would Nami's Instagram be, if we went through that for all of them, oh dear, we would be here for a while. Those are the super chats. Thanks everybody for the donations. Travel tips with Tekking. Nami bathtub. Yeah, it might have been somebody from Fishman Island that might have had the power. It might have been, yeah. Tangerine Girl, yeah, maybe something like that. Okay, well, that is the stream, and it's about 3 hours and 30 minutes exactly. So I'm going to end it here. Thanks to everybody. I'm planning on continuing the Baldur's Gate 3 stream maybe tomorrow. In fact, probably tomorrow. Because I have to go to the dentist tomorrow morning, so I'm probably not going to do a video. So that's why I wanted to get this out now. This like 3 hour thing that I knew was going to take a bit. I'm like, all right, make sure to get that out now, and then do dentist tomorrow, and then maybe tomorrow night. I'll stream Baldur's Gate 3 for 2 hours or so. That's not bad. We could have the return of the Bark Urge, because I do want to get back to the Bark Urge and fight the Hag, because we kind of left off on a cliffhanger. Had a little bit of a lag issue last time, so I hope that goes away. Then again, we kind of had a lag issue at the beginning of this, so I hope that goes away. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. This will be Teching, signing out. Have a good evening, one and all. Bye, everyone. And subscribe to Chopper and Brooke and Charlie's and Boa's respective channels. There you go. And give some subs to Weevil. He needs some following. There you go. All right, later, everybody.